and verse 2.
Yeah.
Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen.
I have made you small among the heathen. How did Esau, the self-proclaimed white man, get small amongst the heathen? Because what? The dollar ain't worth a damn. All these other nations about to make their own digital currency without you. You see, if they can get that far, which we know it ain't gonna get that far, okay? The Lord is on his way to destroy this whole monopoly, you see?
It says, thou art greatly despised.
You are greatly despised, man, okay? With all your damn democracy, you see? The same head, or the two heads of the same snake, Republicans and Democrats, making everybody fight like action figures. You silly, and you tacky, man, and don't nobody want no part of you.
Yeah, because when you go to that word despise, it literally means despicable. And that's starting to look in the sight of these other nations, man. That's why when you read Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, it speaks about, you know, all those that are his captives, they're gonna have that taunting proverb against him. Isaiah the 14th chapter goes into that as well, man. So now all these other nations are mocking the so-called white man. The so-called white man is played out, man. You see? The nations have drunken up his wine and now they're mad. And this is why America's about to be nuked, man.
Let's get more on that. I know you got more on that. Let's finish that segment 6.
Okay. Going back to 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 47.
Because we have to make the point through the scriptures to let you know that the Lord only chose a specific people. We're not going to stray from that point through this whole ministry. We're going to keep on nammering that to the head, to the nail, get into the wood, man.
2nd Ezra 6 and 47. Upon the 5th day, thou saidest unto the 7th part, where the waters were gathered, that it should bring forth living creatures, fowls and fishes, and so it came to pass.
And this is before what? Adam had Seth, and then on down that lineage when the Lord chose Abraham. This is before all that. But the Lord gonna make the distinction in the next verses. You got it.
Verse 48. For the dumb water and without life brought forth living things at the commandment of the Most High, that all people might praise thy wondrous works.
All people gonna praise his wondrous works. Because when you go to Sirach chapter 36, it tells you that these heathen nations, even they're gonna be thankful that the Israelites are over them, man. Okay, the Lord gonna what? Rule with that rod of iron, and you all gonna be beat back into submission.
Right. Just like under King David.
Verse 49. Then didst thou ordain 2 living creatures, the one thou callest Enoch, and the other Leviathan, and didst separate the one from the other for the 7th part, namely, where the water was gathered together, might not hold them both.
Right, because what? You got Leviathan who lives in the seas, okay? But what? In the Amazon rainforest, there's other beasts that this devil can't get to, man. The Lord created all things for his good will and good pleasure, man. But these beasts will be revealed in the last days, man. Because what? The Lord has to judge this nation. I mean, judge this earth, this planet Earth. Okay, he's gonna use these beasts to do his bidding, which is a great extermination of unwanted souls.
Verse 50, and didst separate the one from the other for the 7th part, namely, where the water was gathered together, might not hold them both.
Because it's 2 beasts, man, two different manners. Leviathan and these other great beasts, okay, they can't be in the same body or the same construct. You see, the Lord is an equal balance.
Marine life and land life. You know, which is us, because it was going into how the Lord made the creatures on the 5th day, right? So ultimately, that's when the Lord separated, you know, the marine life, you know, the fishes, you know, which they're pretty much classic or clumped up together as the Leviathan, and then, you know, Enoch, which represents mankind. You know, ultimately going to the sons of the Most High.
Right. Dedicated. The waters was to be ruled by Leviathan. The earth was to be ruled under Yahweh Shai by those who were dedicated to the ways of righteousness. That's what Enoch means. Learn man, or dedicated to learn man.
2nd Ezra 6 and verse 51. Unto Enoch thou gavest 1 part, which was dried up the 3rd day, that he should dwell in the same part, wherein are 1,000 hills.
Because the Lord created one landmass in the beginning, man. Okay? What destroyed that and made it different various land masses? The flood. You see?
Verse 52. But unto Leviathan thou gavest the 7th part, namely the moist, and hast kept him to be devoured of him of whom thou wilt and win.
Yeah, and see, the Lord ain't gonna let this devil get down to Leviathan, man. The Lord ain't gonna let this devil see what Leviathan look like, get a sample of his his tusk. You see, the Lord ain't gonna let the devil do none of that, man. But what he keep on trying to do, go down to the bottom of the sea, okay, go up into the heavens and see what's up there, and he get judged.
Okay. 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 54, 53. Upon the 6th day, thou gavest commandment unto the earth, that before thee it should bring forth beasts, cattle, and creeping things. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures.
Right, Adam, he made Lord of all the creatures, man. Okay, Adam, and we know who Adam is in the previous incarnation. That's our Lord Yahweh, man. You see?
Of whom verse 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of whom come we all, and the people also, whom thou hast chosen.
Yeah. So it said the people come from Adam and the other people. Read that again, brother.
2nd Ezra 6 and 54.
Yeah.
And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all.
Right. Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all. But what?
And the people also, whom thou hast chosen.
And the people whom he has chosen, man. And how can you prove that? Matthew 1, when it speaks about that great lineage from Adam on down to our Lord, man. Okay? And that lineage also spoken about
Your body's
He probably don't want us over. He's just trying to keep us from coming over.
All downtown state.
I think I done picked up on his game.
Yeah, it ain't nowhere else we can go.
Cause he be like, every week, sitting over there. He's like, nigga, but you laying right here.
Yeah.
right.
I'm talking about your pallet. I've never noticed they made up a whole pallet.
Nigga, you shit, you laying and do. Well,
We gonna preach it.
what's that scripture? We faint not.
You gotta preach it in the dude.
Your camera?
This one is fake not.
Not good.
Well, 2 Corinthians 4.
Start this one.
Yeah.
You need 16?
Nah, that's it. What's 16?
Yeah. When we call it faint not, so our outward man parents.
Oh, 16 one?
No, it's 4 and 16.
Oh, okay. Oh,
It's all the same chapter.
Yeah, yeah.
What one thing?
One said, therefore, we see one is enemy, and we have received mercy.
It's the same thing.
Yep.
What's 16?
But which cause we faint not, though our outward man perish, yet our inward man is
One is. Find something else.
And then see, this is verse 16. That is why we never give up. Though our bodies are dying, our spirits are being renewed every day.
Right, I brought that out.
And part of us being renewed every day is all this madness that we see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And put gas in the tank.
Yeah.
Keep going. It's
Yeah.
like, oh shit,
They gotta go off so we can bring out the truth, and that way it balances everything out because people gonna cleave it to the truth.
Yeah, and
You know?
we've been saying that the Lord's gonna make it so plain who His men are, and it's happening. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't see it now, like, bro, it just
I'm
ain't
telling
for
you,
you.
bro, Jake put that hat on and start calling on Christ, you can wrap it up for him. Yeah, you can wrap it up for him.
And it's like they always diminish the importance of Yahweh Shai.
And white and Esau ain't the devil no more.
He's not the devil no more.
They got nothing to say.
They don't talk about when Yahweh Shai returns what He gonna be doing.
Nothing.
They don't go. It's like, hold
Nothing.
up, bro. What happened?
It's like that during the time of the Maccabees. Let us make a covenant, because ever since
Yep.
we, you know what I'm
Departed
saying?
from them.
You can see a whole lot of different precepts come into play.
Yeah. I seen a screenshot you put up. I didn't watch it, but the Menatazak by lesson. I guess people making those fake pages.
Oh yeah.
Niggas crazy. Niggas don't have no
Like,
shame.
You tell the kids, quit making all that noise up in there. I'm trying to work, and that's what you doing.
yeah. This nigga, you
Making a fake.
niggas not looking at their reflection at all. They just walking in.
Oh,
Yeah, they don't want us over here. Damn.
but we don't want them over here.
You're right.
So shit, I guess I'm gonna have to get.
Yeah, they not finna play fair.
They not finna play fair.
They not finna play fair, bro.
Yeah.
They not finna play
No
fair.
intent.
If you ain't rooted, bro, it's over with.
They ain't gonna give a fuck.
Oh, they finna show you they finna show you their lack of integrity.
Bro, they not finna play. Oh my goodness, they finna
Yeah.
scoop low. You gotta box the right way, and they throwing low blows.
Oh.
And the ref ain't calling shit.
They biting ears. Yeah, they biting ears, stomping on toes. Yeah, all the stuff that's out of pocket.
You gotta whoop this nigga fighting fair. He throwing sand in y'all, all kind of shit.
Man.
Alright.
Hey, Shalom on the comment board.
My bad.
He got extra coat.
What's that scripture? He shall endure to the end. Matthew 24. Okay.
I hold St. Corinthians.
Okay, I'll give you that.
All right, shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we'll give all praises to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem Rakakudash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, the elders at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations as always to the elect with the Hebrew Israelites, the branch out here in Dallas, Texas. All right, we have a brother from Des Moines, Iowa. All right, out here in 1 week again. All right, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, through the grace of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, we're out here to ultimately prophesy, all right, the downfall of this kingdom, all right, and the coming of a righteous kingdom under who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, as is prophesied in the Bible, all right, in the name of the Most High, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is Yahweh, all right, Ba'Hashem is in the name, all right, of Yahweh Shai, all right, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, our mediator, our high priest, and our way back to the Father in these latter days via the Rachakodash, the Holy Spirit, that has been sent from the right-hand side, all right, to the servants, the prophets, which trickles down to the rest of the remnant, all right, who are going to be gathered, going into the scriptures, that is the 144,000, okay, the priest, all right, after the order of Melchizedek, all right, and then you have the large multitude, all right, the rest of the men, women, and children, whom the Lord will have mercy on, all right, and that will establish the throne of David on earth as it is in heaven, all right, we're living in perilous times, all right, as the scripture says. As a matter of fact, can we get that? Perilous times in the book of Timothy, all right, these are the times we're in, dangerous, you know, and it's going to be ultimately a bittersweet, you know, exit out of Babylon the Great, you know, and this is our rites of passage, all right, so as these things happen and hasten on the planet Earth, The left hand is making its move. Prophecies are coming to pass. War, rumors of wars. All right, a spiritual Sodom in Egypt is clearly here. All right, the MOTB. All of these things are happening in our time. Why? Because we're getting ready to get out of here.
Right.
The kingdom is getting ready to be set up. There was a point where you came in, you were kind of parroting, you know, you were just kind of saying it. You believed, but the more you get into this truth and the more we're seeing it, we like, oh,
Fully persuaded.
you know what I'm saying?
Fully persuaded.
And that's called Hello Yahweh Shemel Shah. So,
I got it.
oh, okay.
Timothy?
Yep.
You had it? Okay. It's 2 Timothy 3:1. It reads, "This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come."
Right, perilous. Can we look up that word? Perilous?
Okay, we go to the other.
Perilous times shall come. In the last days, all right, perilous times will come, man. And we're going to look up the word because these are the times we're living in. Everything that's happening on the planet Earth can be ultimately broken down in biblical prophecy. This is a prophecy. All right, while the rest of our people are walking around in darkness, don't have a clue. They're looking at what's happening in Israel. They're choosing sides. Okay, ultimately, they don't understand what's going on. We have the light. So through these perilous times, the Lord has given us the Holy Spirit as a guide, all right, to ultimately get to the finish line as it is written. Got it?
Yep. This is perilous in the Google dictionary. It says full of danger and risk. You see? And the thing is, if you know anything about insurance, you have perils. Perils are risks and dangers that can happen to your home or your vehicle or anything. You know what I'm saying? Perilous, going into dangerous and full of risk. The Ariala always goes into how when you come into this truth and you preaching this word, you're under the threat of imminent death.
Right.
Just like the apostles back in the day, just like the disciples back in the day, just like the believers back in the day.
Right.
But perilous is going into dangerous and risk.
Right.
You see? You're taking a risk by coming out on the highways and the byways.
Right. Getting groceries is a risk. Everything's a risk.
Everything.
Everything's high. People are crazy, out of their minds, you know?
Yep.
A lack of morals. This is a very dangerous situation.
When you step into this ministry, you got to count the cost, like the scriptures say.
Right.
The scriptures tell you to count the cost because at some point your life is going to be on the line, standing for the things of Yahweh Shemel Shah. Do you not see they're getting ready to link us to the worst people in the world?
Right.
They're going to make us out to be what's wrong with the earth.
Right.
They're going to justify getting carnal with us, you know, through the pushing of that narrative. That's what's getting ready to happen. If you're not willing to stand in that light and take what's coming, man, you might as well just leave now.
Right.
Because there's nothing we can do to reverse that. That's prophesied to come about.
Right. There's no nice way. At the end of the day, there's no nice way to break down the biblical prophecies to Esau. It's really like,
It is what it is.
you know, like they've already got us recorded saying going into, you know, they already got us recorded screaming DTA, you know, which that was a beautiful video the brother did. The bros should just chill out on that. You know, at this point, all right, you know where we at, so it's time to move and operate wisely. It doesn't make you a coward. We're still going into the scriptures,
Right.
but you got to be wise in how you move. But either way it go, carnally we need the Lord. That's why Yahweh Shai was set up to save his people, to save the elect, because as you read John the 17th chapter, he knew they would be in the world.
Right.
He knew they would be in the earth bearing his ministry, you know?
And even when you are careful with your words, let me say this, man. With the technology they have, they can put a brother's face and voice up like he said something he didn't even say. This devil he's not gonna be mentioned earlier before we started. He's not gonna play fair, man.
Nothing's gonna be fair.
I seen a video today, a dude just at his house. He took footage of a man speaking and typed it up, and the AI took his voice, mimicked it perfectly. And then he got the deep fake and put the man's face on his face, and he spoke like he was that dude. They could put out, they could put out, and if that's what you could do at home as a regular dude,
Right.
what Esau got?
Right, and AI is able to pick up your mannerisms.
Yep.
He got allergies, make the AI
Oh,
snort.
man.
They got all kind of stuff,
The
man.
heart is deep.
The heart is deep. The Lord blessed this man for this very moment. That's
Yeah.
Yep.
This is Acts chapter 15 and 25. It seemed good unto us, being assembled with one accord, to send chosen men unto you, with our beloved Barnabas and Paul, men that have hazarded their lives for the name of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach. So that's right. It said men who have hazarded their lives, man. All right, now reading in the NLT, it says, verse 26, who have risked their lives for the name of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach. And that's why the scriptures talk about counting the costs, all right? See, we understand that our lives are at risk, you know, whether it's physically, all right, going through the times that we're entering into being put to death.
Right.
It mentioned men that were beheaded for the testimony of Yahushua. So these are things that we have to have our mind prepared to go through.
Right.
Willing to lose it all, man.
Right. Right. These are the times we're in. Let's go back to Timothy. Read it again.
It's 2 Timothy 3:1 reads, "This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come.
Right. Perilous times shall come. Go ahead.
For men shall be lovers of their own selves."
Right. The social media culture. It has made people into narcissists. It has gotten people more and more proud, less godly. We're seeing that. Go ahead. Even within Israel, go ahead.
For men shall be lovers of their own selves,
Right.
covetous, boasters, proud,
Proud.
blasphemers.
That's this generation in a nutshell. That's literally naming this generation, which is why the Lord is getting ready to come back with great wrath. That's one of the reasons. The pride, the disrespect, the vibration that's on the earth is totally anti-Messiah. Okay, and who's at the forefront of it? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Because really, all of these things that our people are doing, he's that personified. He's a drug dealer. He's a rapist. He's a poisoner. He'll give you disease. He'll do anything to you. A murderer.
That's why the scriptures say the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the ways of the wicked seduces them.
Right.
They become little Edomites.
Right. And now you see an earth filled with people under the spirit of Esau, Edom. And look at the filth. There's shit everywhere, piss everywhere, homeless, sickness, depression, you know, babies in dumpsters.
Yeah.
This is not a thriving society. This is backwards. Meanwhile, these type of behaviors are on the rise.
Flood behavior is winning.
Yep. And in Romans 1 at the bottom, when they list off all those characteristics,
Right.
at the bottom it tells you that these people, they uplift those characteristics.
Right. They got it, got it.
They know these things are wrong, but they uplift them. And that's why the scripture said these people are worthy of death. So when the Lord returns, a great judgment is going to fall upon them.
Yep. And now, like, I've never been this, like, I'm ready for judgment.
You want to see it.
You know, I've always been a cool dude, you know, laid back, you know, ladies, you know, that type of guy, you know what I'm saying? You know, but I really, I crave for the Lord to bring vengeance. I crave to, like Noah saw those people drown. I want to, like, I would love to see that.
Yeah.
These people suffer because this is wickedness. It's too much.
I don't mind watching those videos where people getting jacked up no more. They used to make me cringe and all that.
And I'm like, oh.
But now, shit, I don't gotta watch them back to back to back, but I don't cringe at all no more. I be like, okay, well,
doesn't make me queasy.
you know what I'm saying?
You know what that is? The Lord is putting his spirit on us.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We done got numb to that graphic, brutal judgment.
Right.
You know?
Yep.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 25 and verse 7. There be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy.
Right.
And the 10th I will utter with my tongue.
Right. And see, people will hear what we're saying, and they can use that. They're hateful.
Yeah.
But this is biblical. The mindset we're exuding. This is the mindset of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. The scriptures say the Lord loves judgment. He hates robbery. So we want judgment. See, you devils are justified in getting vengeance over there in the region of Gaza, right? You're justified in taking vengeance and you know, fighting back. I thought vengeance was the Lord's.
Right.
According to the Bible, well, that's what we're saying. Vengeance is the Lord's. And we're craving for the vengeance of the Lord to touch the earth. Meanwhile, you're literally weaponizing, bombing people, bombing hospitals. They bombed a hospital and then said they did it to themselves.
Right.
What
Nobody questioned.
right, what region, what crazy, as bugged out as people are, who's gonna bomb their own hospital?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, didn't they say something about they was up, their headquarters is up under the hospital?
Right, they said that it misfired. No, man. Basically, you devils are doing what you always have done because you want control of that region, which is rape, rob, and murder. But the mindset we have is right here. Read it again, Baba Kashab.
This is Sirach, chapter 25 and verse 7. There be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy.
Right.
And the 10th I will utter with my tongue.
Right.
A man that had joy of his children.
Right.
And he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy.
Boom.
That's it, man. And this is what we're looking forward to, man. But this is the mindset of the righteous, man. In the book of Psalms, the 58th chapter says the righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance. So you got all these people that are complaining about, like the elder had mentioned, about us being hateful because of these things that we're saying. This is what we're looking forward to, man. But a righteous man is going to be looking for righteous judgment to be brought through throughout the earth. All right, a woman, all right, commits adultery and nothing happens. Right. And you're supposed to accept that and it's supposed to be okay. No, it's a righteous thing to see her get judgment, man.
Right. Men walking around in pumps, high heels, lipstick, it being forced on children. You don't think we're justified in wanting to see this place destroyed? Yep. Where a drag queen could teach and read to a child, calf muscles big as hell, pumps a size 14, but he has on lipstick with a wig on reading to children.
We want to see life flourish in the earth.
That's it.
It can't flourish with these decrees, this mindset that's being pushed.
Right.
So in order for it to be fixed, the scriptures gave us the solution. The Lord has to come back and restart this place. So that's what we're actually talking about seeing. We don't want to just see people die and perish just for the sake of dying and perish. We want righteous's to be in the earth.
See, Esau is a sicko psychopath like that. Just because something's innocent, he wants to destroy it.
Yeah.
Children, he'll pop a little baby because it's anything pure. He seeks to ultimately undermine the purity of it and to destroy it.
That's a fact.
Right.
In the Talmud, it talks about the 3-year-old little girls. I didn't want to go into it on my YouTube on my lesson because they'll take my shit down.
Right, but go to it here. You can do it on my page.
Yeah. I'm not gonna go into it.
No, but it is in there.
But it's in there. You can go look it up for yourself.
Right.
There's justification of murder. If you do it indirectly, the Talmud justifies you to murder, and that's what they did with Yahweh Shai. They say the Romans killed him.
Right.
So the spirit is so prevalent in the earth, man. We want to see it. Good riddance.
Right.
We want to see it out of the earth.
Right. Go ahead.
This is Psalms 139 and 19. Surely thou wilt slay the wicked, O God. Depart from me, therefore, ye bloody men. For they speak against thee wickedly, and thine enemies take thy name in vain.
Right.
Do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate thee? And am not I grieved with those that rise up against thee?
Right, and you notice Christians don't like to deal with King David. King David is like an afterthought to a Christian.
Yeah.
That's why when we ask Jesus is the word, ultimately, what is the throne of David and what does it entail? He had no idea that it was tied to the kingdom of heaven, because ultimately the Lord really got a block on these people. There's only so far they're going to go and they understand it. That was the mindset of David, man.
Yeah.
I hate my enemies. I want them under me. Right? So that's the mindset we have, man. But we're not going to go about it by our own carnal means. We can't do that. We're not justified in that. That's why we're going into, as the scripture says, we still have to strive lawfully while you're low-blowing, being a demon, cheating. Because the devil can't win a spiritual fight. Esau can't win a spiritual fight. The scoffers, they can't win a spiritual fight. The niggas who fall out, the wicked Jake, they can't. We cut everything they come with. So the next step is to just ultimately fight dirty, and we're going to have to endure that.
Right. Now
That's
what?
well, I was just gonna make the point. That's what happened with Yahweh Shai, man. All right, it got to a point to where they stopped asking Yahweh Shai questions and they started to kill him, man. And it's the same thing, man. It's getting to a point. We ain't gonna ask no more questions because they're being confounded in the doctrine.
Right. Through.
Hey, the scripture says that the Lord will give us a mouth that none can gainsay nor resist.
Right.
And that's happening, man. Bringing up all these different things, hell, holes in that doctrine.
Right.
The virgin birth, holes in that. And they keep bringing it out and keep getting confounded. So they're getting to the point where it's like, look, we just gonna get carnal with them, accuse them. All right.
And you would think, why would an Israelite right now go to Vocab Malone's show to argue about that? Right now, in a time where what's happening over in Gaza is ultimately proving everything what we're saying to be right. Now is the time to jump on that. Look, man, we the truth, we the truth Israelite. They've been, but instead, Jake is just like going with the enemy, fighting against the truth.
Is the river Euphrates drying up right now?
The river Euphrates is drying up. You're absolutely correct.
Revelation.
And that's prophecy.
See, prophecy.
Right.
I dropped the ocean back to the other side of the land.
Right.
I tried to wake things up.
Right.
That opened on me.
Right.
So out of 1/3 which you can't see.
Right.
The definitely the house gonna fall over is not free. See, I'm over it too.
Right.
Right here with God.
Right.
There's the Sabbath, right? Friday, Saturday, in my hand.
Technically, it's not, but I get what you're saying.
Nah, technically, it is. Because don't be-
Right. Well, yeah. Okay. Okay,
Our
brother.
blood gonna fall.
Right. Right.
I'm telling you what I know. I was there.
Right. Let's get the scripture. Go
All
ahead.
right, I want to read this in Psalms because David, when he says he hates his enemies, he expounds why at the end. Verse 23 it says, "Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts, and see if there be any wicked way in me, and lead me in the way of the everlasting." He wanted righteousness to be in the earth. Again, what we're going into is this: the earth needs a cleanup, man. And those who are against Yahweh Shem Yahweh, the Lord has to set that reset button. That's not for us to do. He's going to do it. But we do want to see this place cleaned up.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So we'll go back to second.
Yep, and that's another thing. People always want to say, you hateful. But we just telling you what the Lord wants. We're not out here speaking our own words. We're
Right.
telling you what the Lord wants based on the scriptures.
Right.
And that's what, so you're saying that the Lord is hateful. So
Right.
if you hate us, you hate the Lord.
Well, that's Ecclesiastes. It says there's a time to love and a time to hate.
Yep.
Well, what does that mean?
2 Thessalonians.
You know, how is that applied, man? You know, see, the scripture says how they that fear the Lord, man, I forget how it's worded, but it says they
Love
hated.
evil. They
Yeah.
yeah, I get it. Psalms 97.
Okay, yep, I get it, bro. Well,
This is Psalms 97 and 10. Ye that love the Lord hate evil.
right, so we're supposed to hate evil, man. All right, I'm supposed to hate it when I see a damn 6'9" nigga in pumps walking around in the tutu, man. I'm not supposed to sit there and love that. See, that's what Christianity teaches you, man. Oh, love everybody, love everything. All right, they push it so much to the point to where now it's like you supposed now. I don't want to use the P word, all right, but them boy lovers, right? You know, they love children, and now that's being justified. Well, love is love. All right, so they use that narrative to push all that wickedness, man. But the scriptures tell us that there's things we're supposed to hate, all right, that we're supposed to abhor, man. You know?
Yep, and that's what democracy is used for, to give everybody rights. Everybody has civil liberties and rights to do as they will. See? And it's a goddamn shame. Not only is that 6'9" man walking around in pumps, he's joining the women's sports and entering into competition against biological women and winning. Even winning Woman of the Year. I'm talking about these niggas be so far in front of the race. This is why, bro, what are you doing? Entering into competition of combat. You got women's boxing now, you got MMA women's. Men are turning themselves into women and entering into those competitions and being justified, doing interviews after the fight. So we're just supposed to sit back and be like, oh no, you know, love. No, man. So ye that love the Lord hate evil, man. And that is a commandment for us to hate evil. Now, does that mean that we ultimately are justified in taking vengeance? No. We're not saying that hating evil, all right, is going to lead us to, you know, trying to set up our own kingdom. No. We're clearly not justified in that according to the Bible. That will be breaking the commandment. You see? Keep going.
This is 2 Timothy 3 and verse 3. It says, let me just start up here. Verse 2, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy,
Man.
without natural affection,
No natural affection.
truce breakers.
Right.
And you see a lot of Israelite leaders, they're breaking. You made a truce with the Lord when you came into this thing. And now what are you doing?
At an all-time high.
What are you doing?
Right, like this guy, you know, this elder that goes back to One West, and we just say it respectfully. I'm not gonna call you out your name, but you're going off because honestly, it would have been good information to know that we were being taught by Masons, Kabbalistic Masons in 2007. That would have been great information back then, right?
Right.
Right? You just watched us get led by a bunch of Kabbalah reading Masons. You just sat back on that and you didn't say nothing?
Truth out of season. Didn't say nothing.
Then you just go pop up at the very end while we didn't woke up. The volume of the book is being broken down, the new song is being sung to say everything needs to be start over under me. No, absolutely not, brother.
No thanks.
That's not scriptural. That's not right. And ultimately, you're coming in, bringing in Christianity values. Damnable heresies, man. Hell. Christ.
Christ, yeah, I don't know that, bro.
You see?
12 tribe sign ain't right now.
Yeah, the 12 tribes. After all of these, the tribes have woken up. Judah and Ephraim is waking up. All of a sudden, we get to the end, and men's are truce breakers.
Right.
Basically, instead of fighting against the enemy in some shape, form, or fashion, although we get on camps and camps get on us, the goal is still the kingdom. The goal is still to prophesy the downfall of Babylon. You're not even going to do that.
Right.
You go show back up or turn like Foki. Just turn your platform hardcore into just coming against the truth. And that's it.
Free and Barabbas.
That you're a truce breaker. These are the behavior patterns we're starting to see in the earth because men's, as they say in the Bay Area camp, men's is scared.
Man's scared.
Basically, Jake is like, well, I got to put myself in a position to not get persecuted and to be on the side of Esau. And they that consent to them are going to be had in derision. You're doing a bit to Satan. If you're fighting against the truth, and that's your only, like, this whole One West thing. You notice that's become, now One West is worse than Satan.
Yeah, it's like you left us for dead, but then you mad because we didn't die.
Right, but then you come back talking about how off things were in One West. At one point in Israel, weren't Jake going off?
Right.
That's nothing new. Yeah, our apostles told us they were going off. That's why they separated from it. Has not Israel always went off? But the Lord continued a legacy of truth through the chaos, through either a particular man or a group of men. That's pretty much the story of Israel.
The separating don't give you the green light to stop teaching.
Right.
That's the thing. Okay, you had a problem with what was going on. Paul and Barnabas split up,
Right.
but he didn't say nothing about neither one of them stopped teaching.
Right.
The point is to continue on,
Right.
to endure to the end. Okay, you see all kind of offenses come up, but it doesn't stop you from teaching.
Right. You
It
don't think
shouldn't.
we felt wronged at times being in this truth? That is an emotion you're going to have to go through. You have to see maybe disappointment from men who you thought were leaders.
Yep.
You don't think we've been through it? Yeah, that's a part of the truth. We had an ex-head of the camp that we were so-called let down, and we could have been like, man, this can't be the truth.
Yeah,
We
messed it up for all of them.
Yeah, man, these niggas wicked. This ain't right. The truth ain't the truth, man. No, that wouldn't be honorable. Plus, the scriptures say your eyes shall see your teachers. So if you're doing Torah classes, all right, in a tree house somewhere, talking about I'm doing the work.
Yeah, Jake in the buck.
Right now, you could do your sit downs there, but ultimately, you should have a ministry to where Israel can see you, and that's via going out on the highways and the byways, okay, and showing yourself.
Scripture still apply.
The internet is the highways.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Continuing on.
Truth breakers. That's what we're seeing.
Yep. 2 Timothy 3:3 again from the top. It says, without natural affection, truth
Niggas
breakers.
saying that Adolf Hitler was a so-called black man. You don't have natural affection. You're just crazy.
Well, Cam, let me tell you something that you might not like to swallow.
Right.
That'd be right up his alley. It
Yeah.
seems like that'd be right up his alley. Oh, it
Adolf
was?
Hitler was a so-called black man.
That makes sense.
It's just like, bro,
Yeah.
stop, man. Stop. Stop. You know, it ain't like this is a nigga that we've only seen in antiquity and pictures. Like, the nigga is on camera, bro.
I don't feel like video of this thing.
So, Jake is crazy, right? But this is all associated with what we're reading here. This is what we were warned of. So we faint not, as we're going to get into when we see these things. And it's only going to get worse. The men don't have natural affection. They'll create a profile to try to link you with Hamas without a blink of an eye. They don't give two shits. They're just like, I don't care if this ruins this nigga's life.
Right.
I want to ruin his life.
And we're in a meme culture. So somebody can just screenshot that bullshit and put it up, and people think it's true.
Yep.
You know?
This is times we're in.
Perilous times.
Yeah.
Perilous times.
Dangerous to approach.
You know?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Continuing on. Without natural, 2 Timothy 3:3. Without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers.
False accusers. See that? False accusers, man. Truth breakers. Talking about call on, all right, a bar, a Mentos, and a gram of macaroni. That's crazy. As soon as I said those names, I looked up and I seen that license plate. Look at the front of it.
Yeah.
Hey, but call Allah Yahweh Shema Shah for victory over the beast, his image and his mark. Because the devil ain't gonna win. And you minions who are joining yourselves unto them, all right, trying to act like you back and you this and it's all about the truth. Nah, nigga, you wicked. He that justified the wicked and he that condemneth the just. Somebody get that. That's in Proverbs. All right? Proverbs 27, I want to say.
They doing the wicked a favor.
Yep.
In Hosea 73, it talks about they please the king with their lies.
Right. Yep. Isaiah 57 talks about, we'll get that, how they're going to the king with ointment. Here it is. This word is cutting and slicing and dicing Esau Edom. And here it is. You come to the nigga with a bandage and some oil. Here, I fix it.
We sick boss?
Yeah.
Yeah, we sick boss.
The Negro only doctrine. Negro only Passover.
So Proverbs 17 and 15.
Right.
He that justifieth the wicked and he that condemneth the just, even they both are an abomination to the Lord.
So the new covenant guys, you all an abomination to the Lord. Okay, because you're condemning the just, men who are laboring. All right, men who ultimately were used by the Lord to bring you into the truth. All right, but now you don't have nothing to say against the wicked.
Oh yeah, when they talked about their foes, they said GMS specific.
Right.
Nobody else.
You even turned the son of perdition into GMS. So that's the spirit we're dealing with these cats out here, man. And Yahweh Shai was looking face to face with these kind of niggas, lying on them. They took turns lying.
Yep.
And he just looking at them.
He just stood there.
So now it's our turn, as we're gonna get in 2 Corinthians. Some more.
Yeah. Let's read it. 2 Timothy 3:3. Without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers
Fierce. Incontinent. Go ahead.
despisers of those that are good.
Saul. That's the spirit of Saul. See, that happened to King Saul. Ultimately, he knew the Lord wasn't dealing with him. So what did he do? He went to he tried to go up some other way. He was like, the Lord ain't giving me no visions. Damn. The Philistines was about to whoop our ass. He went up some other way. He knew the Lord wasn't going to deal with him. So he went to a mediator in the form of a witch. And that's what these dudes are doing, going to get these other names, man. Because the Lord clearly ain't giving them no prophecy.
Yeah.
So they're like, fuck it, man. I'm going to just go,
They got to come up with some bullshit that seems like they got some weight to the things that they're saying.
Right.
The only thing that's going to hold weight in this time is the breaking down of the prophecies, what's going on.
Right.
Because trouble is about to really amp up
Right.
for our nation.
Right.
So if you can't break down how to maneuver these times that are
Right.
coming, what good are you? You're a prophet, right?
Yeah.
You're supposed to prophesy to the people.
You're supposed to be a watchman, a dog, Caleb. What does Caleb mean? Kalab means dog in a sense of faithful, and in a sense of loyal, and in the sense of warning. Their watchmen are blind. They are all dumb dogs, as the scripture says. You're seeing a lot of dumb dogs, and as the priest said earlier, you're now starting to see the separation between who the real men of the Lord is, okay, and who the fakes are, man. You see, through the you should know them by their fruits.
But along with seeing who the real men of the Lord are, to align yourself with them is going to be persecution. And that's what's going to get people. They're going to see who they're going to be like, clearly this is guys.
But this message is a little.
They're going to be like, oh shit, damn. If I align with that, I can lose everything, my livelihood. But the elector said what? To not love their lives unto death.
Right.
So people going to go through it, man. They're going to be confronted with that decision.
Right.
That's why Yahweh Shai says those that want to save their life is going to lose it. And those that love their life unto death, those are the ones that's going to live, man.
And you read that when you first come in, you're like, okay. But now you can actually see what that means.
Oh, yeah.
You have a visual aid of what it's gonna look like.
Jake got to that part and it was like Christ, man. Fuck that.
Ooh,
Right. Enough is enough.
Christ.
Ooh, them niggas almost had me.
Nigga took your wristbands off. So fuck
Took
this.
the wristbands off. We ain't going out there no more.
Got rid of that staff.
Hey, Bishop Jephthah said, Bishop Yessa Massa, he said, Why would we go out on the highways? You think God will want? You think Christ will want brothers to sweat and melt in that heat? Wow. Brothers out in the cold. You think Christ? Brothers got families. How do you do all of that marching and screaming? You nigga had a mic.
Bro, you remember people knocking on people's doors?
Bro, knocking on people's door with a microphone, screaming in front of people's apartments, only to get to the finish line and be like, y'all got it.
Yeah, out in front of the grocery store. What's up with the pants, girl?
They was at our camp spot screaming and yelling.
Screaming! I'm talking about you talked all that cash money shit, only to get to the end of the road and say, I'm going back to Christianity.
We don't go out on the highways no more.
Yep, keep reading.
Whoa. Verse 4. Traitors, heady, high-minded.
Call it and read it.
Again, this is 2 Timothy 3, and we're now in verse 4.
Right.
It says, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God. And to be a lover of the Lord, man, like it tells you in Sirach 2, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Right.
It don't feel good all the time being in our walk.
Right.
It's not going to feel good to your flesh. Duh. We're going to be partakers in the persecution when y'all was shot.
That's right.
Niggas folding, though.
Hate don't pay no bills, dog.
Yeah. Hey, go ahead.
Having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof.
Boom. Having a form of godliness but denying the power thereof.
No miracle.
Mocking the miracles. Okay? Go ahead.
From such, turn away.
Yeah.
We're seeing
Yeah.
the real time. Oh, these are who I'm not supposed to listen to.
Right. Seeing it. And at this point, if you choose those, you know, we say there's elect amongst the camps, in which we believe that. But at some point, goddamn.
This is the time.
This is the time.
This is the time, bro.
But I'll say this. You got a lot of brothers that's out here teaching the truth, hard body and sincerity and truth that already came out them other groups.
Oh, yeah,
Right?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you know, it's a two-edged sword, you know?
Yep. Some more? Get that in 2 Corinthians?
All right. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 1. It says, therefore, seeing we have this ministry.
Seeing that we have this ministry, all right, we've been blessed with this great ministry, and now we're starting to see, look, to much is given, much is required. All right, to who receives much knowledge receives what? Much sorrow.
Right.
We're starting to enter into that aspect. It's a beautiful thing to learn this truth, but it does come with a lot in this world because this is Satan's world. And pretty much you sitting there telling Satan he getting ready to go down. You sitting here telling wicked people they're not going to be able to have free reign to do what they want anymore. They going to fight back. So seeing as we have this ministry, read it again.
This 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 1. Therefore, seeing we have this ministry, as we have received mercy, we faint not.
We've received mercy. And you got to look at it like that. The fact that you're standing here today or listening, sitting, whatever you're doing, okay, and you know you're an Israelite, you hear this message and you're joyed about it, calling on the name of the Lord, turning your life around, that's mercy, man. You could be walking around here like the rest of these people, man. You know, at the fair, ordering the $20 hot dog with cheese dripping off the side, simple as you can be, bugged out,
Man.
They're talking about Jesus Christ and love. The Lord can have you all twisted, but he woke you up to this truth. So again, we've received mercy. So it's like an oath we took. Oh, you're gonna give me this mercy? Well, I promise, Lord, I'm gonna stick to this thing to the end. Go ahead.
That's right, verse 2. But have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty, not
Read
walking.
one again.
All right. It says, therefore, seeing we have this ministry,
Right.
as we have received mercy, we faint not.
We faint not. Look at that word faint. See? We faint not, man. Now that we see that the fruits of our labor, all right, in the form of the remnant being raised up, the fruit of the apostles, the bishops, the elders that came before us, and the men who labored before them, who stuck to this thing even unto death, now we're starting to see the end result of that. You see? Which, that brings us into another glory. Okay, and we can't be afraid of that glory. We faint not. All right? We go from glory to glory. There's another glory. Street preaching and doing what we're doing now is just one glory.
In the Apocrypha, what's the Sirach? In Sirach 2, it tells you when you get faint-hearted and feeble knees, the Lord not going to defend you in that day.
Right.
You see, and you see a lot of faint hearts and feeble knees. You know.
Right, you got it. All right, this is G1573, the Kakio, and it says to be utterly spiritless, to be wearied out, exhausted.
Wearied out. You got brothers wearied out. My life, my kids, my wife, man. Work. I'm tired, man.
Jake don't want to get fired.
Yeah. You know?
And that's the thing, man. Look, everything that you've done within this ministry since the time you came in, fell out, and came back, it's all documented. You know what I'm saying? It's not like Esau gonna be like, oh, well, he changed his mind, so let him make it. Nah, you still gonna get jacked up.
You still gonna suffer straight things.
You know?
Straight things are coming to the world no matter what. That's all.
Pull the rug from you. Yeah.
And now you don't got the armor. Now you don't got the armor on.
Right.
So now you don't win the battle without a sword and shield. You thought you was getting cool points with the enemy.
Now you fighting. Now you fighting uncovered.
Right. No armor. Scripture say put on the full armor. Go ahead.
This is Proverbs chapter 13 and 12. Hope deferred maketh the heart sick, but when the desire cometh, it is a tree of life. And bringing that out because what? See, here it is, brothers been waiting and waiting and waiting for the kingdom, right? But we see the desire coming through what? These prophecies coming to pass. So seeing these things coming to pass should what? Quicken us. It says when the desire cometh, it is a tree of life. So we shouldn't be getting faint-hearted and weak, man, especially seeing that we're this close to the end. This is what our forefathers, what we've been waiting for all this time, man. Our forefathers, they knew that the kingdom wasn't coming in their lifetime, all right? But look how hard they were still going, man.
Man.
Now we're at the end, in the last few milliseconds of this kingdom, all right? We should be strengthening ourselves, man. This ain't the time to get caught up with the things of this world and tangled, like we was going into in the lesson, man. Too close to the end, man. All that work you've been put in for all these years, all you sacrifice and everything like that, and then throw it away, man. Yeah. Like the apostle did the lesson a couple days back, man, on not allowing anything to take our crown, man. And you see Satan working hard, man. He working hard trying to distract you. All right, right at the end, right at the finish line, like the elder had mentioned, man. Guys was right at the finish line, drawing back, giving up, Yep.
And that's pushing the spirit out there, And if you get caught in those webs, hey, you was never of the Lord's anyway.
That's right.
The elect are going to endure unto the end. Somebody get that?
Oh, no,
Start at a good spot above that, though. You got something?
Yeah, I got it.
Break it down.
Ecclesiastes 5 and 4, it says, when thou vowest the vow unto the Most High, defer not to pay it, for he hath no pleasure in fools. Pay that which thou hast vowed. So when you make a vow, you got to keep your vow, man. The Lord hates a truth breaker like the priest was going into earlier. We all, when we put our hands to this thing, to this ministry, man, we're making a vow unto the Heavenly Father. That's why the scripture says when you read in Luke 14, you have to count the cost to be a disciple. Whether you have what? Sufficient to finish, right? All right, I'm going to read one more verse. Ecclesiastes 5 and 5, it says, better is it that thou shouldest not vow than that thou shouldest vow and not pay it. So it's better if you're not even going to be a part of this thing, man. The Lord will have more favor and more mercy to those that don't even come into this thing, man, if they don't have the mindset to complete their course. Okay?
I can back it up real quick. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 18 and verse 22. Let nothing hinder thee to pay thy vow in due time, and defer it not until death to be justified.
Right, let nothing hinder thee.
Yep, that's it.
Not the cares of this world, because that's ultimately what all these guys are showing, the cares of this world, which choke out the word that was once sown in them, man.
Right. Yeah, because they're drawing back at certain things that they're still connected to in this world, man, that they're trying to hold on to.
That's right.
And they see that being threatened. All right, and they think that them denouncing the truth is going to allow them to keep those things, man.
Right.
Right. You got a laundry list. You got a laundry list of people to blame, but you never look in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? Well, I left because of this. I left because of that. It don't matter why you left. Did you keep teaching or not? You see?
And you left.
There's brothers in Great Millstone that were kicked out at some point in time. But what? They kept teaching, doing what they were supposed to do, and going back. Sometimes it's a test. Sometimes it's for your own growth. That you can't go through particular situations. But that just to get all butthurt and beat up, it shows that you got a spiritual man. you don't see this, bro.
Even on a carnal level. Michael Jordan was so offended by getting cut by his freshman coach or whoever it was that cut him to where he didn't stop playing basketball.
I'm a double down.
You know what I'm saying? he came back stronger than ever. You see?
Bro, when you go through stuff in this ministry, man, you're supposed to cling unto your strength. You're supposed to cling unto the Lord.
You gotta keep your integrity.
Saul got knocked off the horse and came back through the spirit as Paul. He didn't quit. You know what I'm saying? The Lord wouldn't allow him to quit. And that's the thing. If you of the elect, of the hopeful elect, you see, the Lord is not going to let you fall to all this other stuff. You see, either you believe in the Lord or you don't. And what you finding out is you had dudes that was in this thing for years, decades, that didn't believe. You know?
They had conditions. And once those conditions were broke, then the Lord owed them something.
Right.
No, we owe the Lord. All right, now, go ahead.
That's like a woman. You know? A woman, she feels like she gets unhappy at some point in the relationship.
A woman's fed up.
Yeah. She feels justified to break the covenant that she has with you.
Right. She was raised in Illinois. Right outside Chicago. That's what these niggas turn into. She was fed up. Go ahead. 2 Corinthians.
Yeah.
Read 1 again.
All right. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 1. Therefore, seeing we have this ministry,
Right.
as we have received mercy, we faint not.
Faint not, man. We grow stronger through the things we see happen. It only everything happening only confirms the scriptures to be right.
Right.
So that's how you get comfort through the hell. Yeah, you don't like to be slandered. Yeah, you don't like that. That ain't the best feeling in the world. Even Yahweh Shai asked the Lord, is there another way? There came a point where Yahweh Shai knew what he was getting ready to go through, because you got to understand, he understood what was written about him. He understood bruised for our transgressions. He understood beaten with the stripes of men. He understood that he was going to have to go through that. So there came a point where he was like, Lord, you know what I'm saying? There ain't no other way we can go about this. I know what I'm getting ready to do is going to bring your people back to you, start with the elect, but is there another way? And that weighed heavy on him, but ultimately he still manned up, because he asked the Lord, I believe, 3 times, and the Lord ignored. He didn't answer. He didn't get an answer from the Lord. So the completion of his ministry was that sacrifice. Now what? What are we commanded to do? We're commanded to make our bodies a living sacrifice. So we can't get to the point where it's getting ready to get dangerous. Yeah, you had those thoughts. Who wants to be lied on the news by a complete pedo?
Who wants to get their head chopped off?
Right. That's scriptural that certain of us very well can meet that fate. We're telling people don't take the charagma, the RFID microchip. We're warning people against that. There's going to come a point where teaching these things is going to, all right, you're going to be an enemy of the state. It's going to be a lawful act to off you, kill you, cart you off because of your belief. It's all being set up. What do you think's happening over there in Israel? They're using that. There's many things going on with that. But one of the things you can see is if you speak against these people, we can link you to a domestic tea.
Yeah.
That's where it's going. And there's no way around. Like of course you want to be like, Lord, shit. Yep. You know,
the build up to persecution is the build up to persecution, man.
It is what it is. And they're wrong. These people are wrong. We're right through the Holy Spirit. Right. We want righteousness to flourish on the earth. We want clean water, organic, true organic foods that come out of the earth. No seedless grapes. No children being played with and molested. We don't want that in the earth.
Right.
So to say you don't want that is going to be hateful. So you're the problem, not us.
And the scripture also says, those that stood so stiffly get a crown.
Right.
The Lord said he's going to fight for you. Those that kept my word, I'm going to keep you in the hour of temptation. All that's in there too.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, these precepts mean everything to us.
Right.
The hell you talking about?
Right.
You know?
Right. Go ahead.
This is Matthew chapter 13, and I'm going to just go down to verse 20. This is the parable of the sower. It says, but he that received the seed into stony places, the same as he that heareth the word, and anon with joy receiveth it. All right, you had a lot of our people that woke up to knowing who they are, had joy about it, right? Putting it all on the Instagram, the Facebook, you know what I'm saying? Excited, right? But it says what? Yet hath he not rooted himself, but dureth for a while. For when tribulation or persecution ariseth because of the word, by and by he is offended. And that's why it says, blessed is he who's not offended in me, man. See, a lot of people are about to be offended because of the persecution or the accusations that are coming down, man. And that's why it's a beautiful thing that we've been being prepared for that, even being a part of, all right, GMS in itself, man. All right, the scriptures talk about what? They said that they were the offscoring of the world. All right, Paul and the disciples and so on and so forth, meaning the filth and the dung, right? The shit, right? That's how people have looked at us. So we've dealt with people lying on us, all right, being looked at in this light. See, these other people been trying to save face for all this time, been trying to butter up the doctrine to not offend anybody, but what the hate is coming, man. There ain't no way to avoid that. But the Lord is thinking, hey, the Lord is thinking dark skin to be like, yeah, man, we've been called the P word, man, right? You know, right. People, Jake been fired from their jobs, you know. Jake been in that fire dealing with it. So in these times to come, man, the Lord has prepared us for that, man, because we've been going through the straight gate.
So like,
no, go ahead, man.
And brothers have experienced things like that on smaller levels to prepare us for this time. All these men here have been through particular situations to where, you know, it was like, this shit ain't right. This shit is unfair. The servant is not above his Lord, man. Yahweh Shah had, the elder just mentioned it. Yahweh Shah had to go through it. He asked us it another way. Right. In Luke 22, when he went to go pray, it said it was blood coming out of his sweat. That's hematidrosis, when your nervous system is so stressed that you start to bleed through your sweat. That's where he was going. He was like, God damn, I'm gonna be Emmett Till out here for these people. But he did it. He followed through with the mission, man.
He showed us the example in the flesh.
That's right.
In the heavenly state, he had to go through that. He had no problem. But when he came out here in the flesh, that's when those worries and doubts. So he's showing us through the flesh, you're going to have them, but at the same time, you got to have faith, man. Right. And, hey, man, any person in their right mind don't want change, bro, it's crazy to me, bro. Right. Kill me because I won't change. Fuck you, man. Right. Do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Shit,
right, because that, like somebody posted on the comment board. Read that, as a matter of fact. Luke 12, just read that one. Luke 12.
I got it.
4.
Luke 12:4, and I say unto you, my friends, be not afraid of them that kill the body, and after that have no more that they can do.
What more can they do? Right. But just, put you to death. Now, I do pray to the Lord, don't have me tortured.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's a death, it's just
Wisdom of Solomon 3.
like the beheaded, you know, hey, that's going to be quick.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying?
The Lord might have it to where you don't feel it. That's
right.
You always
Right.
It's a revelation.
And even if you do feel it,
So what?
that's what I'm saying. You being sacrificed for the Lord. You know, so that's what I'm saying. It's like you did your best.
Bro,
You know what I'm saying?
you realize if you killed standing for the things of the Lord, you're one of those men.
You got to be.
You helped create the earth. And what's beautiful about the Lord making it clear who his men are, man, I already believe it. But I get to stand amongst the men that help create the earth.
Yeah, I'm saying, it ain't like you one of them. Ain't like you one of them dudes that blow yourself up in the name of Allah.
Yeah.
No. You stood stiffly for the truth. You stood stiffly for Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. There's a reward for that, whether you feel it or not.
Right.
You know,
Right.
you hope you don't feel it, but if you do, you know you're still being glorified at the end of the day.
Right.
Because you glorified the Lord with this body.
That means you're a part of the Lord's. You're a part of the Lord's inner court. You know what that means? To be a part of the Lord's inner court, man.
Right.
There's not a position higher than that a man can receive.
2 Corinthians 4. Let's go back there.
2 Corinthians 4:1. It says, therefore, seeing we have this ministry, as we have received mercy, we faint not.
Now, did we get that endured to the end yet?
Matthew 24:13.
Let's get
I
that.
can get it.
Yeah, let's get that. We'll start at a good spot above that, then we'll go back to that.
Come.
We faint not. It ain't time to faint. It's time to walk boldly into the fire, man.
And to cleave unto the Lord.
Cleave unto the Lord, man. He showed us that he's faithful. He showed us chariots. We're literally looking at miracles. Each brother is a miracle. We're seeing the miracles.
Can you imagine how pumped up Esau get when he take a so-called man of the Lord and break him and change his mind completely?
Right.
Are you serious?
Right.
You really want to give him that glory?
Right.
Then hey, it is what it is. That was your lot, you know?
Go ahead.
It's Matthew 24 and verse 9. It reads, "Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you."
Right.
And ye shall
He's talking to his disciples of the things that they would have to endure for being one of his followers. He didn't lie. He didn't sugarcoat it. Read it again.
Verse 9, Matthew 24 and 9. "Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you. And ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake."
Right. You shall be hated for all nations for my name's sake. Do you realize people who believe in what we believe in, people like even you Christians, okay, who say you believe in the Bible, there's going to come a point where you're going to have to pick a side. All right? You're going to have to pick a side. Are you going to choose the things of this world, or are you going to stand firm for what the Lord is about? Okay? These are the types of decisions we have to prepare our minds to make. It's not the best thought, but it's a good thought. In the flesh, it's not the best.
Yeah.
In the spirit, it is. Okay? To think about, damn, I might be beheaded. It's not the best thing to think about.
Right.
But it's a very necessary thought to have. Because the test is going to be, do you really hate your life like Yahushua did? When that act that he did when he was sacrificed, he was literally to the point where like, I'm going to give my body this time.
Yeah.
All right?
I'm
going to give it all up to the point you can have this. This is the sacrifice. So when we're faced with persecution, that's going to be the mindset we have to take. This life, you know what I'm saying, that the Lord gave me was for the purpose of standing for righteousness. Yep. I'm going to go all the way out in it.
That's supreme faith. Because in order for you to do that, you got to believe that you can be raised up again.
Right. Yep.
You know,
that's the faith of Abraham.
Yeah.
He believed that Isaac will be raised up again. And then it said, in a sense, he did receive Isaac raised up again. But that's for those who have ears to hear.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Go ahead.
Faith is a gift.
This is Proverbs 24 and 10. It says, "If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small." So basically, if you get weak when the time get hard in the day of adversity, your faith or your strength is really small, man. Because really, you ain't really truly tested until you have to go through an adverse situation.
Right.
I know an old coach told me that perseverance doesn't start until a task gets difficult. So we all about to reach that straight gate. We're going through the straights, that position of difficulty.
Right.
To where all of our faith is going to be tested, man.
Right.
You know?
You get the best results when working out, when you feel that pain.
Yep. No pain, no gain.
You burn, the burn, you know, that's when results, you know?
Yeah, you got to rip those muscle fibers so they can grow back stronger. You can.
And that's a prayer that I pray all the time through the Spirit, man. I pray that my zeal for this truth be increased 1,000-fold when persecution comes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You have to be optimal at that level.
You know what I'm saying? We can be big and bad all day as long as we can still go to Starbucks and Netflix and chill and all that other stuff. But that's what I'm saying. When everything is taken away and it's a pistol in your face or it's a guillotine coming down on your head or you on a firing squad, you should still be that bold.
Bro, you don't bow to the devil, man.
You know?
Don't bow to this goddamn white man. That's the bottom line. The scripture said the elect wouldn't go bow to the image of Baal. Knowing what we know at this point, there is no reason, no way that we should choose this man in his new world order.
That's right.
We already know it means nothing for us.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's time to just, pretty much we live our daily lives, we go to work, we take care of our families, whatever we got to do. But the main thing is the main thing, and our bodies was created for this purpose.
That's right.
To prophesy and speak the downfall of Babylon the Great into existence.
That's right.
And it's happening right to a T, pursuant to how the Lord said it, not to how Christianity said it, to how the prophets broke it down. Okay, ultimately, we're seeing our enemy, all right, he's at the end. Okay, now finish that, read that again.
Matthew 24 in verse 9 again.
Right.
"Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you.
Right.
And ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake."
Right, they're getting ready to call us terrorists. They're getting ready to say we're against the abortion, the baby deletion. They're going to use all of these talking points against the alphabet agenda.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's basically the image of the beast. Ultimately, the image of the beast, which is that? Huh?
It started. We're in the midst
Oh
of it.
yeah.
Already been doing it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But it's going to increase.
Amplify.
Yeah, it's going to increase.
It's going to be more
To the
direct.
point where we won't be able to be doing what we doing and having and speaking.
It's more indirect now.
At some point they're gonna.
It's going to be a famine of the word.
It's gonna be a famine of the word. At some point they're gonna pass legislation to where if you have an opinion against the status quo, you're gonna be locked up.
Yeah, we just read it. Let's read it again.
Right.
This
It's
Matthew,
gonna be treason,
this,
pretty much.
This is prophecy.
Then the Catholics
Hold on, let the word come out. This Matthew 24:9. It says, "Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted." This is for preaching what we preach.
Right.
"And shall kill you." There's going to be people that are put to death behind this stance.
Right.
When the elder said it's going to amplify, it's going to amplify to the point to where this is going to be under the blood of death. That's what the scriptures say. So we're preparing our people for that amplification. Because yeah, they have been demonizing us. Oh, these guys are this and that. But it's getting ready to be at a whole new level. Further down in this chapter, in the 21st verse, it tells you this. Let me just read it real quick. Matthew 24:21, it tells you, "For then shall be a great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time."
Right.
So there's no reference that anybody can say, oh, it's going to be like this, that's going to match up what we're about to witness. We're about to witness an evil far beyond anything anybody
Right.
can see.
Somebody telling you can't eat, you can't buy, you can't sell unless you subscribe to my doctrine.
My way.
Hellenization, a digital way. You got to take a microchip in order to live on my earth. That's what he's telling you. We ain't witnessed that yet.
You see how Pride's taken months? Pride months. There used to be Pride.
Yeah.
Pride
Now it's months.
Follow me on this, if you will.
I'm listening.
Next we'll have Pride year.
Oh yeah.
After that, then we'll have Pride of life.
Right. Right. Pride of life. Destruction. Because the destruction. That's right. Right.
That's what's going to happen.
Right. That's what's going to happen. There's no way around it.
He said, go ahead and do what you do.
Right.
I got mine back.
Right.
So they say that they saved, but they not saved from the wrath.
Right.
Any great miseries coming
Right.
to those.
Right.
that want
And
to
overall, yeah, all of these things are coming, but the elect of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai are going to be straight.
Yeah.
The Lord is going to cover the elect.
Right.
But you're going to have to be in the fire and still have faith. That's what we're going to have to endure until we got to finish that. Oh, hold on. Go ahead.
This is the book of Isaiah 48:10. "Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction."
Furnace of affliction. How they talk about how you know gold is purified when you see your reflection. And how do you know when to pull it out of the fire?
Yeah.
When you see your reflection.
Right.
Well, that's what's happening to us. The Lord is purifying his sons, and ultimately once we're created in his image to the point where he's going to get us out of the fire.
Yeah.
Hey, when you read about the three prayer of Azariah, you know what I'm saying? When you read about that account in Daniel, they put 3 men in the furnace, and they went in praising the Lord.
Yeah.
Yahushua was in there with them. They was like, who is the fourth person? We only put 3 dudes in there.
Yeah.
You see? And when they went in there, when they embraced the heat, you see, the Lord showed up.
Yeah.
They didn't even smell like smoke. They wasn't singed. They wasn't burnt. They wasn't
hair on
nothing.
their head got touched.
You know?
And that people are gonna see as this hell pops off and this place goes to complete shit. People are gonna be like, "Hey, how are these men navigating this time unless the Lord is with them?"
Right.
That's when people are gonna start to really believe, because
Oh,
they're gonna
yeah.
be like, "Yo, there's
Yep.
no way they're moving how they're moving,
Yep.
and the Lord ain't with them."
And then spiritual power is coming.
That too.
See, we believe on that level. We know who we are.
Yeah.
All right, we know we're not just a bunch of just ragtag black men. We're Israelites. We're the princes of the power. The power is the supreme creator through his only God. No, we getting ready to get power.
Yeah. Right. We can send this.
The Lord ain't getting ready to just leave us out here to just rot away. No.
When you look up the word miracles in the scriptures, it goes into how the Lord uses men, and he proves that he's dealing with them through miracles, pretty much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's how you're able to tell.
Right. It's coming. And this is a miracle. Already, people looking for the fact that we have the mindset we have amongst all of this filth and all of this darkness, we are on the right path of light. That's like, wow.
You know it's a miracle they're trying to feed the bush in the hood. We're still here.
Right. They fed us crack cocaine, drugs, Christianity.
Gonna die.
They gave us all kind of pollution, and we're still here.
They hit us with everything.
We weren't supposed to be here.
Yep.
Those drugs and all of that stuff that they put in our food in our neighborhoods, it was supposed to destroy seed lines. But somehow we're still here. We don't die, we multiply. Go ahead.
Matthew 24 and 10. It says, and then shall many be offended and shall betray one another.
Right. These are the times we're coming into. Because again, the elites are sucking all of the resources up to themselves. You've seen that in 2020 when they brought about this demic. All right, this pandemic. Let's call it what it is. Damn. Just scared. This is what it was, bro. When they brought that about, what you've seen was a wealth grab. Pretty much, the rich got richer. The middle class is pretty much wiped out. And when it's all said and done, they're going to use the resources of the earth as a weapon to get you to bow to their agenda. So you're going to have to believe in miracles. When they're telling you this is the only way you can buy and sell, this is the only way you can eat, you're going to have to know the Lord can give me food, man. I'm going to be all right. Because the goal is not to bow the knee, not to ever say this is okay, not to ever be okay with this way of life. No, man. I'll die on that. You gotta have that in your mind. I will die on this belief. I will never bow my knee to this man's image. Point blank, period. Keep going.
Continuing on, Matthew 24.
So people are going to betray one another because there's going to be a shortage of goods. Then people's morals are going to be able to show what they truly believe in their faith is going to show. And most people aren't rooted in anything. So at the sign of, the lack of food, what are they going to start breaking in each other's houses, stealing one another, killing their own mothers, the families breaking up, which is already like that.
And what the Lord wants to see when he returns is faith. What in Luke 18 it says, shall he find faith on the earth? Right. So he's going to put us all in positions to where we solely have to depend on him.
Right.
To where you have to be like, look, the Lord got me. I'm going to get through this by the strength of the Lord, not by my own means in any fashion.
Right.
That's what he wants to see. He wants to see those with faith.
Right.
Back to Matthew 24 and 10, it says, and then shall many be offended and shall betray one another and shall hate one another, just like the elder said. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many.
Right. Your false prophets. They're going to basically use the preacher, just like Margaret Sanger, the one who started Planned Parenthood. Who did she use? Because that was taboo in so-called black people's culture.
Yeah.
To abort a baby.
Yeah.
It
was a shame.
It was a shame. So who did she use to get that doctrine to be okay? What did she say in her letters when you read her writings? The best way to get inside the Negro mind is through spiritual means.
Yeah.
So all of the preachers and these mega pastors, these corporate 501c3 revolutionaries, they force feed down your throat. They don't mean you no well. They're all bought and paid for to really get you to go into the devil's platform. Vote, all right, cry for Trump, cry for Biden. Or even if they're telling you that to stay away from that, on some way they're leading you astray.
Yeah.
This place is going to be destroyed. If your leader ain't telling you that, he's setting you up for failure.
Yeah.
That ditch gonna be full.
Yeah. In Jeremiah 28:8, it tells you that all the prophets being before me prophesied against kingdoms of war, evil, and pestilence. We're advocates for the kingdom of heaven. 1. 2, you gotta ask yourself, why these leaders put up in front of my face on Esau's platform time and time again? 3, you got a recent example with what they put Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Wilt Chamberlain, all them niggas, they put them up when they wanted you to take the hokey pokey. All them niggas jumped up in front of your face and said, you gotta do it for your family. Again, like Zaquan said, they don't mean you well. The true leaders that you should listen to are those who are speaking according to God's word.
And that's the narrative that the Esau Edom has always done, man. Even when you read in the book of Maccabees, Judas Maccabee's father, all right, he was a man that was of high status, man. They was like, look, if we can get him to conform, then we can get everybody else, man. So that's what he does. He tries to use our people to have influence, all right, to get everybody else to fold, man. He tried the same thing with what was his name? Was it Eleazar in 2 Maccabees, the 6th chapter? All right. He was a man that had high status, and what he tried to get him to fold. He was like, look, you can even fake it. All right, fake act like you eating something that's eating something that's lawful, so you ain't going off, But he was like, nah, man.
And you notice they put all of your so-called leaders in dresses. Your mighty men.
Humiliated.
Put them in dresses. You know, through.
They really do that.
They buck break our men. They have a bloodthirst to do that. It's like they crave to see one of us fold. They'll even give you millions of dollars to do it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I got the example you mentioned. This is 1 Maccabees 2:15 in the GNT. It says the king's officials, this is the Hellenization, and you need this history to understand the fullness of the Bible.
Right.
1 Maccabees 2:15, it says the king's officials who were forcing the people to turn from God came to the town of Modin to force the people there to offer pagan sacrifices. Many of the Israelites came to meet them, including Mattathias and his sons. All right, the father of Judas Maccabeus. The king's officials said to Matthias, "You are a respected leader in this town," like the brother said. They always take the people who are great in our people's eyes. Right? It says, the king's officials said to Mattathias, "You are a respected leader in this town, and you have the support of your sons and relatives. Why not be the first one to do what the king has commanded, which was to offer those pagan sacrifices?" So the elder mentioned, they always want to see one of us fold and get off on that. Which is why, Kyrie. Kyrie, they want that nigga to apologize bad. They wanted to break him,
It's
man.
like, they stopped the whole world to watch him.
Everybody stopped.
Stopped the whole world. You better apologize.
Man, you don't wait. You
Like,
just
why?
wait. We're waiting
Because he shared a documentary on Facebook.
They didn't go after
He
the dude
tweeted
who
something.
made
He
it.
ain't make no
They didn't go
comment
after
about
the dude
it.
who made the shit.
He didn't make no comment about it. He just actually just shared it.
He just shared the link.
Because
That's
they've
it.
been so used to controlling us.
Shaq shared it. He let it play in his movie theater.
Nobody said
So the
but-
nigga shared it.
But that nigga, they know he.
He put on a dress though already.
Yeah, he already.
Yeah.
So he put on a dress.
He already bought.
And a wig.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You see?
Verse 18. Why not be the first one here to do what the king has commanded? All the Gentiles, the people of Judea, and all the people left in Jerusalem have already done so. If you do, you and your sons will be honored.
Right. If you sell out,
Yeah.
if you bow the knee, somebody get that in Romans 11. Go ahead.
You and your sons will be honored with the title of friends of the king.
Right.
Friend of the world. That's enmity with God.
Right.
Man.
Right.
And you will be rewarded with silver and gold.
Right.
and
You'll
many
you'll
gifts.
have commercials. We'll put you in movies.
Get your own shoe.
Right. Like remember O.J. Simpson was running in the airport. He jumped over the. You know.
Even they was hyping Deion Sanders, Coach Prime up here recently, and now I remember that old footage when he was in the house.
He put on the dress.
He had put on the dress, but I forgot about that. But that resurfaced right in the nick of time. You know, when he put on that wig and the dress. You know, he was dressed as Madonna in that episode in the house with LL Cool J. You know.
Well, there's one more verse. This is the attitude that we're supposed to be in, though. We're giving these examples for a reason. 1 Maccabees 2:19. It says, Mattathias answered in a loud voice, lift up that voice like a trumpet. I don't care if every Gentile in this empire has obeyed the king and yielded to the command to abandon the religion of his ancestors. My children, my relatives, and I will continue to keep the covenant that God made with our ancestors. He said it in great boldness. And it's almost like he was quoting what was said in Joshua. In Joshua, let me read it. Joshua 24:15, he says this, and if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord, choose you this day whom ye will serve. And that's the theme today, man. Right. You got to make a decision. Yeah. Choose you this day whom ye will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land ye dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord, man. That's the spirit you got to be in. Because, hey, it's everything's out there.
Yeah, it's out there.
Everything is out there, man. There's no way you can finagle your way and be on Esau's good side. The jakes that's on Esau's side anyway, he gonna get rid of their asses too. Right. There's only one way to be delivered out of this place, man.
I got one for you, bro.
Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 30:19. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death.
The ultimatum. The Lord always gave us an ultimatum of life and death.
Right.
When you read Deuteronomy 28, that's what that is.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life that both thou and thy seed may live.
Yeah, man. But these people choosing the pathway of life is so uncomfortable to them. They'll rather just, let me sin in peace. And they'll rather take that route of death, man.
Which is the world.
Which is the world.
If you're not a
broad way,
Bible,
which leaded to destruction, like the Abishai said. You need Matthew the 7th chapter,
They're overdosing on wickedness. When somebody getting high, they feel the best they ever felt.
Oh yeah. People like to escape reality.
Yeah. But they overdose, man. They get to a point to where their body can't take it anymore.
Right.
And their heart start to overdrive. And they die, man. That's where you headed. You gotta be sober in this thing, man. This place is meant to pull you from the Lord, which is your hedge of protection.
Yep, right.
That was it. What was I reading?
Matthew 24. Yeah, and then let's finish Matthew 24. Look at this guy. We gotta get out of here. It's the world.
It do really feel like we're alone, like we're about to read here, man. Sometimes you be like, man, and we the only sane people on this damn planet. Everybody's a damn bug out, man. All right? This is Romans 11:3. It says, Lord, they have killed our prophets and dig down thine altars, and I am left alone, and they seek my life. Okay? It says...
That's how Elijah felt. Felt like he was all alone. See, beautiful thing is we have each other. We see that, he felt like, damn. But he wasn't alone. But he felt like that. He was catching so much hell. Go ahead.
It says, Romans 11:4, but what said the answer of the Most High unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal.
Right, to the image of Baal. Baal is ultimately Satan, which is what? Rebellion. What does Satan means? Adversary. What is he adverse to? The spirit of Satan, all right, is ultimately rebellion against righteousness, man. Anti-Messiah, anti-righteousness, man. And all of these people, the majority of these people here on the earth have that mindset. Even those who got this Bible in their hand talking about they love sweet Jesus, those are some of the worst people you can run into. They hate righteousness. When you try to talk about righteousness and the Lord returning, they don't want nothing to do with that because they want this world. Try to talk to a Christian about the return of the Lord.
They don't want the prophecies.
This world got to be destroyed. Oh, you're talking all that hate stuff. No, that's crazy.
There you go. There you
This
go.
is the same God who flooded the whole earth. This is the same God who burned Sodom and Gomorrah to a crisp.
That's an example.
5 cities, which those very cities are back here today in the spirit. Just like we're back in Rome all over again.
Back in Sodom too.
See? Go ahead.
It says, in that 7,000, it means a complete number of men, meaning the 144,000, right?
Right, that's right. The prophets, man. And they're going to have a message teaching the people this very mindset. Read that again.
Romans 11:4, it says, but what saith the answer of the Most High unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal.
Right, so you good. Elijah, you good. They'll never be able to kill all of the men of the Lord. Are you?
Got some sleeper cells tucked away.
Right.
You good.
You can say that you saved then.
Right. Because you got to think, there's prophets that we don't even see. Right now, who don't have a YouTube page, who are just out somewhere preaching, people listening to them.
Right doctrine.
You got to think, bro. There's all of the South Americas. I'm pretty sure there's somebody out there going into the Word.
Oh yeah.
Telling those people, hey, this is what's going on now.
All throughout the 4 corners.
Right. The Lord didn't want us to see 140. He wanted this thing to be based on faith.
That's right.
And then you got to think some of the 144,000 are going to be in the heavens. When Yahweh shall return, they're going to be raised up first. Yeah. See, the goal is to gather together all that is in heaven and in earth back to one. That's the resurrection when the elect are resurrected back to their initial position. All right, which is the creators of the earth under the Creator, man. That's why he's separated. Right. We had to be separated. We had to go through this because this world ain't for us. We had to witness our own creation misused. It had to be a falling away. We had to see the results of iniquity, sin. The Lord is not a false balance. If we just knew good forever and ever and ever, we would. You had to see evil to appreciate good.
and scattering us amongst the heathen was the perfect way to do it. You know what I'm saying? We done seen wickedness on all levels. You know, scattering us amongst the heathen, having us. That's what I'm saying. The speckled bird and the way that we look and all these different nations and all these different captivities. It's impossible to just count up every single Israelite, especially the prophets. You know, the Lord gave Esau the tallest task ever: conquer my people. Conquer my people if you think you can, right? And he put trick bag is unmatched. This is the biggest trick bag ever. For this dude to think that he's gonna be able to upset the prophecies and destroy the Lord's people,
Right.
it ain't gonna happen.
Also, for us to be proper judges, we had to witness and experience of all the dynamic of how these people operate.
All the different nations, all the different nations and all their gods. We done seen it all. None of it works.
Right.
None of it works.
Let's get back to
This last verse, this is in Romans 11:5. It says, even so then, at this present time also, there is a remnant according to the election of grace.
See, even at this present time, there's a remnant according to the election of grace, meaning the Lord has already preordained them to get the victory. You just got to believe, and you got to go through the necessary things that are written, just like Yahushua understood. Damn, I got to go through the sacrifice. The elect understand, damn, I got to go through this sacrifice. This is my duty. This is why I was born. What did the Lord tell Jeremiah? Get that? Jeremiah 1:5, real quick. This is what you gotta, this is how you gotta look at things. Being predestined. Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah chapter 1 and verse 5. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee.
Before I formed you in the belly, I knew thee. Meaning, because when your dad and your mom conceived, all right, when the seed hit the egg, a spirit. They talk about how there's a spark when that connection happens to where all right, because the egg is hypergamous. The egg is waiting on the best, you know, for whatever, you know, it ain't gonna open up, but to a particular seed, right? It's by nature that a female are hypergamous. What does hypergamous mean? You want the best qualities, and they run from that. That's only natural. Why would you run from that?
It's survival instinct.
It's a survival, yes. So once that seed hits that egg, a spark, that's a spirit being tied to that. So ultimately, that's your assignment.
It's like when the star is It's like when the star hits the atmosphere, all of a sudden comes in orbit.
Yep, go ahead.
It says, Jeremiah 1 and 5, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee.
Sanctified thee, meaning you cleansed. Sanctified. When you get second Ezra, the second chapter, and like the 15th verse, whose counsel I have sanctified.
Second Ezra,
second chapter, around 14, 15.
This verse 18. I got it.
Go ahead.
This is second Ezra 2 and 18.
Start at the spot before that.
Con. It says, I'll start at verse 17.
Yep.
Fear not, thou mother of the children, for I have chosen thee, said the Lord. For thy help will I send my servants Isaiah and Jeremiah.
Right, which had ultimately, they had already prophesied by the time he came on the scene. So this is symbolic of the prophets. He said, for thy help, I will send my servants Isaiah and Jeremiah. Go ahead.
After whose counsel I have sanctified and prepared for thee 12 trees laden with diverse fruits.
See, this gospel, this doctrine is going to lead to the kingdom. The Lord has given that to men who look just like us and our brothers, the northern kingdom. So ultimately, the Lord, as we were going to get in 2 Corinthians 4, gave us this treasure in these earthen vessels. He sanctified their counsel, meaning what they say is pure. No matter how defiled we are in the flesh, what we say is ordained of Yahweh Bashim Yahshua. We don't say that in pride because we can bug out and fall off. The Lord, we're just vessels. The Lord can do away with these vessels. He don't need us. But the bottom line is the truth is being spoken. So before we were formed in the womb, before the elect were formed in the womb, the Lord already knew. He already set them up. He chose that spirit before this earth was created for the purpose of prophesying. Being given a word and being a ride or die body with Yahweh Shai, man.
In each captivity. In each generation.
There you go.
In each eon.
It says back in Jeremiah 1:5, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. God, hey, that's it, man. Hey, the Lord said that pretty much with Isaiah. All right, He said that. Hey, even Paul said that, man. The Lord separated me from my mother's bowels to be to preach among the heathens, the Israelite foreigners. You know. So what, man? These are things that the Lord has already preordained this, man. But that's it.
Just backing up, being preordained.
So if it's already ordained to get the victory,
Right.
nothing can stop it.
Well, yeah. I always like using that example with us in 2nd Ezra, the 2nd chapter. All right. What Ezra saw, man, he saw those men getting crowned. John saw those men. You know. So it don't matter what those men are going through right now, all the way up into the kingdom. They're gonna get to that point. There ain't no stopping that, man. All right. So hey, and walking in that confidence and knowing, like, hey, man, hey, the Wadi Al Bashim Yahushai, He's put the Spirit in us to do this work. All right, and continue to move in that, man. Hey, even He told Timothy that. He said, pretty much encourage yourself with these prophecies that went on before thee, man. As a matter of fact, I'll grab that real quick, if I may, and then read another translation. This is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 1 and verse 18. It says, this charge I commit unto thee, son Timothy, according to the prophecies which went before on thee, that thou by them mightest war a good warfare.
Woo!
Right, and I'm going to read this in the NLT.
Yep. Because those niggas was coming up amongst the church and talking those lies. So he's preparing them. Look, you're going to be this is a war.
Yeah.
You know, we're in a spiritual war.
This is 1 Timothy 1 and 18 in the NLT. It says, Timothy, my son, here are my instructions for you based on the prophetic words spoken about you earlier. May they help you fight well in the Lord's battles. So we got to know that these different words, man, these prophecies, they're speaking of us. All right, it's speaking about us, man. We're fulfilling prophecy, right? So that should strengthen us, man, that look, if we're walking in the Spirit doing these things, man, the rest of those things are going to be fulfilled in us as well, man. The salvation to come. All right, even in the book of 1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter, he said, you have not been appointed unto wrath, but to obtain salvation. And when you read that chapter, he was speaking to what, man? The children of the light. So if we keep the light through the end, through the grace and mercy of the Al Bashim Yahushua, we got to be those men. All right, we got to receive that salvation, man, according to what's written, you know? Not according to anything in our flesh, but it's what preordained, man.
2nd Ezra 16 and 40. O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to the battle. And in those evils, be even as pilgrims upon the earth. Indeed, we're in those evils. So being a pilgrim, meaning you can't be too tied to the things here. Ultimately, you got to look at this as, this is, Americans was just a stepping stone to get us to the next phase, right? We go from glory to glory. We ain't gonna be doing this forever. You think we're gonna be on YouTube, loading videos, preaching out on the street forever? No, there's gonna come a point where we go to another glory. So the order is in this great war we're in, be as pilgrims. You don't go to war to be a civilian. The scriptures say, be not entangled. Get that? 2 Timothy.
Hey, because right now with us through the Spirit, we soldiers of the Lord, right? Lord willing. So the Lord has given us what a soldier needs. Food, clothes, a roof over your head.
Right.
You gotta be in a soldier mindset. You can't be in no fucking father mindset, man. We here for soldiers, man.
Right.
So the Lord gave us, like now, like in Esau's army, you live in barracks. So your apartment in your home, that's your barrack. He's giving you what you need to keep soldiering on, man.
We're prisoners of war too, man.
You know?
So with that, don't cast away your confidence, man.
Now I was just gonna add, because that's what the military does, man. All right.
Yeah.
They try and take care of everything carnally so that you can focus on doing what you need for them, so that you can focus on the mission, so you can focus while you're at war. Look, we're giving you all this money. You ain't got to worry about your family. All right, we're giving you all these provisions, food, all that's going to be taken care of, so that you can work for us. You can focus on what we need to, what you need to do for us. It's the same thing in the Spirit, just trusting the Lord. look, I'm gonna take care of everything else. You focus on me, I'll handle everything else, and having that faith that the Lord will take care of all those other things, man.
We good. We good. And then when we not good, we got the brotherhood. We got a body. And sometimes the Lord, you just gotta fight through things. Sometimes you just go through things, you gotta soldier it up.
That's right.
Sometimes you ain't gonna get the answers right then and there. But you still gotta believe, and ultimately the Lord will have you straight. All right?
Now, this is 2 Timothy 2 and 3. It says, "Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua HaMashiach."
Right. Endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua HaMashiach. Go ahead.
Yeah, meaning don't bitch up when things get tough, man.
Yep.
When conditions you got set in your own mind and spirit don't play out the way you expect it to, man.
Right.
You know?
Right. And that's where a lot of our people, because we've been detached from Babylon, detached us from the spirit. This America, it took away the spirituality of Jacob. It made you carnal, because you got to think the whole MO of Esau is hungry while waiting. That's embedded in the earth. What he did when he gave away the birthright for meat and lentils, that is a mindset. People were willing to sell their souls just for instant gratification, just to live in the moment. And people make lifelong decisions. They do things that affect their lives forever and their children's lives just because it's in the moment. They don't think legacy-minded
at all.
That's the type of situation we're living in. See, when you're in a spirit, or you're a spiritual person, the decision you make is going to cover your ass down the line.
Right.
And your children's down the line.
Yep. Being prudent, not being impulsive.
Right. That's why you have fast food. Food shouldn't be given fast.
Right.
Food should take time.
It should. That's why Esau gave up his birthright, because he didn't want to wait for the food.
He didn't want to wait.
And that's why instant gratification.
In Rome, in the Roman Empire, fast food was popular.
Right.
That's when it became popular.
Man.
Go ahead.
This is back in 2 Timothy 2 and 4. It says, "No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier."
Oh.
So you can't be entangled with the affairs of this life, man. Even on that movie Dead President, he was trying to show him pictures of like the little girl he had. He's like, man, I don't want to know nothing that's going on in the world, because I'm going to be dead out here on this battlefield, man. So no man that war, you can't be entangled with the cares of this world. I'm worried about my wife, I'm worried about my family. Now, brothers who got situations, you do to the best you can, but ultimately, we got to keep the priority, okay?
And the scripture says, give attendance to reading, exhortation, and doctrine. It says, attend upon my words. You look up that word attend in the Edamon online, it says to give serious mental attention, man. All right, so our serious mental attention, our focus should be on this ministry, on this word, man. Hey, even when the Maccabees, they were fighting in the book of 2 Maccabees, the 15th chapter, it said the care that they have for their wives, for their children, and so on and so forth was the least account. The principal fear was what? For the temple. So yeah, they had families and so on and so forth, but their mom was like, look, man, we fighting for the temple right now, man. Right. Of course, they still had a certain care for those things, but that didn't overtake the care that they had for the temple at that time. So it's the same thing right now, man. You got a certain amount of care for the things of your family and so on and so forth. Yeah. But that can't overrule the care that we have for Yahweh Shem Yahushua in this ministry, man.
Right.
If you cared about your family anyway, you're going to serve the Lord and have faith that all of those things going to be provided. He's going to make provision for his elect, you know?
Right. Did we get that endured to the end?
I don't think we did.
Reading down on that? I got you.
Go ahead.
Let me just finish this real quick. It says, 2 Timothy 2 and 5, it says, "And if a man also strive for masteries, yet is he not crowned except he strive lawfully."
So we still got to strive lawfully. We still got to play by the rules. While we're saying everybody do all of this wickedness, like we're in a spiritual fight.
Right.
We keeping the jab out there, slipping, beating the enemy. Then he starts low blowing.
You know what I'm saying?
But you still got to fight lawfully.
Fight, man.
Yeah. They want to put stuff in your water in between rounds. I got that in the NLT for you.
Read that.
This is 2 Timothy 2 and 4 in the NLT. It says soldiers don't get tired up in the affairs of civilian life.
There you go. Civilians. When you're brought to Iraq or Iran or somewhere to be on tour and fight in a war, you're not there as a civilian.
Yeah, you FaceTime your girl like you're in the middle. There's bullets flying.
Yeah, you taking selfies and shit.
No,
right. That's why in the law, if you were newly married,
you couldn't go to war because you would be worried about your woman. So the law gave provision for a man, you know, to have his time with his woman, you know, because, you know, even David talked about when he went to the temple to get that bread, he said, basically the only way you can eat this bread is if you or your man ain't been with women. And David was like, man, you think I'm finna approach the temple if we didn't? And anyway, we at war. I wouldn't have my men wouldn't have been with, you know, women, you know, boxers. You know, they take weeks off. They take months sometimes. We already were building up to a fight. Because it's a certain softness to, you know, this, you know, being around women too long, it kind of gets you soft.
Vulnerabilities, man.
Right.
Lose the edge.
Right. You be like, shit.
You do lose your edge, yeah.
So the law, a man who's newlywed like that, you'd be like, nah, you don't go to war yet. Because we know where your mind gonna be.
Once you get tired of
you get tired of
it. You know what? I'd rather go to war. Shit.
Once that novelty wear off, then you ready then.
Right. It's all spiritual, man. So we're in this spiritual war. The scriptures tell us, man, we got to be as though we had not wives. Now we do what we got to do. Don't get it twisted. You know, so the Lord got the spirit on certain brothers. They like Paul and Yahushua. They don't deal with women. But everybody don't have that gift. So some brothers, you know, you need a little touch of, you know. Then you have a child. Then you know. So you gonna have to deal. You a man. You gonna have to do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying?
That's more on your plate. You still gotta deal with it.
Right. Well, hey, but you were warned.
Yeah.
So ultimately, you gotta do. But you still gotta keep the main thing the main thing.
That's it. That's all.
Because at the end of the day, this sacrifice is gonna have our families on for generations on down the line good. See, forever. Just forever. Forever and ever and ever. Yahushua's sacrifice and the sacrifice of the elect is the welfare of the world.
Yep.
But it starts with the elect, all right? Ultimately, this sacrifice, what we're doing, is going to lead to the kingdom of heaven, all right, being spoken into existence on earth, man. And that's what we want. A righteous, sovereign government.
That's what I'm saying. We want it because it was promised to us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't like we just made this up.
Right.
No. The Lord said, my sons are going to want what I want.
Right.
You know?
Right.
It says, soldiers don't get tied up in the affairs of civilian life, for then they cannot please the officer who enlisted them. And athletes cannot win the prize unless they follow the rules. So we, like the elder saying, we still got to strive lawfully.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what you put that jab out and the nigga kicks you in your leg? Shit, you back up and don't get kicked in the leg again. But you keep that jab out there. You know what I'm saying? We're in a constant state of adjustments.
Back in that Matthew. This is Matthew 24. I'll read verse 11 again. Verse 10. It says, and then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another.
Right. It's going to start being people blaming us for their life being ruined. Y'all didn't have no pension plan for me. You know, I followed you, nigga. Y'all got lost my job. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Watch. It's going to be all of that type of stuff.
Man, y'all going to get all the shot.
Right.
And check it also, that's why the Lord said detach from this world, even your family. Because Esau will put pressure on your family and turn your ass in, man. Yep. It's in Luke. The Luke speak about that. Right. This ain't no game.
That's
man.
why you got to keep your circle small, man. Don't open up to every damn body. You go around people at the job talking your whole mind. No, you got to be like a serpent in this world in righteousness, man. You got to know when to strike. Serpent ain't just gonna run up on something that no can stump his ass, and he just a serpent strikes. It's very wise and cunning in how it does it. The serpents ain't just walking around hissing that motherfucker. Because I ain't got no arms. So it gotta be wise. You know what I'm saying? It's very wise, and the serpents are very wise in how they strike.
I would say, even when you think about the bigger animals like bears and all that, a bear will stalk you. Be quiet until it's time for him to get up on you. You know what I'm saying? He ain't finna mess his food up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm a bear. No. He finna track your ass for however long he need to track you until you get caught slipping.
And if you find a bear that's by like rivers, they ain't gonna really bother you because they got a food source.
You know what I'm saying?
If a bear got food, he ain't gonna fuck with no human.
Now don't go test the shit out.
Right,
Like
right.
Esau. But seriously, no, for real. If you buy a black bear, I'll say a black bear. If you buy a black bear, if you see a black bear and they got food, they don't want. You know, now a polar bear will eat your ass. That's the most violent bear. He just go see you and be like, I want to try that out.
Man, wonder what this nigga.
But a black bear, as long as it's by food and they got, you know, there's no way it can get a fish, it ain't gonna attack you. It'll even eat your food in front of you and walk off.
Like they don't stop.
Their primary thing ain't to eat no human being.
Right.
You know?
Follow you until they get you.
Anyway, that was just a little, you know.
I love National Geo.
National Geo.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know? Go ahead.
This is back in Matthew chapter
Hey, but it's
24.
gonna come to pass that the Lord is gonna have the animals good.
That's right.
They're gonna be in league with us.
Right.
So we gotta prepare now. Go ahead.
Matthew 24 and verse 11 now. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many.
Man, and that's happening already. And it's only gonna get worse because people are gonna start looking for flesh-based solutions. They ain't gonna want to hear the spiritual matter. Right. They ain't gonna want to hear the prophecy, so they're gonna lean towards those who with itching ears.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, faith ain't gonna be enough. All right, telling Jake you gotta believe, trust in the Lord, that ain't gonna be enough. And we had a guy that came out to the camp. He was like, man, all right, so what we gonna do? All right, what are y'all doing? We should get bunkers and this and that and the third and X, Y, and Z, thinking about all these carnal solutions. It's like, look, we're gonna have faith. Right. And it's like, yeah, I hear you, but what we gonna do carnally?
Right.
It's like that ain't enough for Jake, man. That's what's a beautiful thing to happen. Gift of faith, man.
Right.
You know?
And this place is it's been so safe and secure. Ain't no bunkers here. In Russia and certain places in the East, they got bunkers for civilians. Ain't no bunkers in America. If a missile was heading here right now, what are you gonna do?
Done.
But so the best thing is faith. You know? Go ahead.
It says, verse 12, it says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
What is iniquity? Sin upon sin. And when you live in an environment where sin is just legalized and people are doing as they will, okay, that leads to the love of many waxing cold. Okay, which the love of many waxing cold, that word is psycho. That word cold is psycho. So we're living amongst a bunch of psychos because sin and iniquity has been allowed without being checked. It has led to a society full of people that really don't know how to love. They don't know how to live. Now they're telling you we're gonna live forever and do what?
Man.
Sin forever? It don't work like that.
Like you say it all the time, eternal life ain't gonna come through wickedness, man.
No.
You know what I'm saying? You can't teach death and live forever. That don't even make no sense.
It don't make sense. Right. So because iniquity shall abound, you got that word love?
Yeah, cycle. You got love?
Oh, okay, I thought you was gonna bring it up.
Niggas fucked up, you know it.
Yeah, I was saying you can't have light and dark in the room at the same time. You gotta hit the switch. You know what I'm saying? It's either light in there or it's dark in there. You know what I'm saying? Light and dark can't dwell in the same place.
Right. Yep, psycho. Metaphorically. Oh shit, you read it.
It's a cycle. You know what I mean? Cycle to breathe, blow. Yeah, that's all.
Metaphorically.
Of waning love.
Waning of love. Yep. And what is love? The keeping of the commandment, man.
And that's what I'm saying. You got these so-called Christians, man. That's all they talk about is love, 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 love. But all their actions is hate, 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 hate.
Right. They're justifying what Israel's doing.
Man.
Those are Christians are doing that.
Right. Switched up quick.
Switched up quick. What happened to turning the other cheek and loving your neighbor and letting we supposed to let bygones be bygones. Niggas stop complaining, shut up, let it go. But as soon as somebody does something to those rats, instant retaliation, kill them all. Kill the hostages too. We don't give a damn.
Man.
I thought it was hostages over there. Why are you bombing?
Children's school.
Yeah, school. Wait a minute. That's collateral damage. You're not supposed to shoot over the hospital. That's what in war. There's certain things that's off limits.
Like a green zone or whatever. Yeah.
And they don't give a damn. And what is the world doing? Justifying. So man, I don't have no problem telling you devils to your face you going down, and I love it. I feel good about the message of the scriptures, man.
That's right.
You going down. Yes, vengeance is coming unto you through the Spirit of the Lord, man.
That's right.
Just like y'all are congratulating those rats for getting their lick back, well, we're going to get our lick back through the Lord. Yeah, the Lord blessed you with the sword. We can't come up against you with guns, and you'll win that battle. Right. We're beating you in a spiritual battle. Right. That's where you devils can't touch us at.
That's right.
We're the children of the Lord. So Isaiah 31:3, go ahead.
It says, verse 13, but he that shall endure until the end.
All of these things that he mentioned, being in prison, all of this hatred, wickedness going on, he that endured to the end, go ahead.
The same shall be saved.
Then you're going to be saved. Now we know according to predestination, the elect are already written, it's already written, but it has to play out. And we just read the necessary things we're going to have to go through and witness and be a part of and endure to get to the point where we're saved. All right?
Check this out. That word enduring, and what he read is G5278. In the Greek hypomeno, it says to persevere under misfortunes and trials, to hold fast to one's faith in Hamashiach.
There you go. And these are the times when, that's why these messages keep going out, because the Lord wants this instilled in the mind of the church. See, this book was looked at as some fairy tale book, soft. No, this is a hardcore, manly book, man. That's right. And you so-called white people are not the authors of it. Our people, the prophets, so-called black men, Israelites, wrote this book. By the spirit of the supreme intellect, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, men were moved to ultimately write things that were preserved, and we believe it through faith. And then people will be like, man, that man wrote that book. What book did that man write?
That's nigga Dr. Seuss wrote books. That's a man.
But who inspired these men?
You know?
Right. Yeah. Every age, the way we know about the flood, the way you know about Egypt, the way you know about any history is through what the people who were in that environment wrote.
That's it.
Sure. So the logic of man has gotten too far left, man. See? Esther, there you go. That was written. That was our history while we were in the Persian captivity. Wasn't it the Persian?
Yeah.
Yep. Esther, yeah. And she, just like she had us, Esther was her slave name. Mm-hmm. Her Hebrew name was Hadassah.
Yep.
Just like we have slave names and Hebrew names.
That's right.
So we read those things, this is our people. We're basically going through the same things in our time. And the Lord had favor on the Jews in the story of Esther, right? Through Mordecai not bowing to Haman. Now it's your turn. Don't bow to Haman. And when you don't bow to Haman, he gets mad.
Man.
Kill your daughter, your wife.
Hey, get that. It's an Esther, hey, that's the spirit, he brought that up. Huh? What's up?
What's the difference between a Jewel and a Jewish?
Jewel?
Yes.
See, well, you have Judah. Judah, all right, according to the Bible, you have two. Right. So Jewel, what you mean Jewel? A jewel is a jewel is like you mean like a diamond or
precious, like
pearl?
a precious metal.
Okay, so this is the real breakdown of it. According to the scriptures, you have 12 tribes, right? One of them, the fourth son of Jacob, was Judah. That's really where you get the term Jew. It stems from there. Now, within the Babylonian captivity, you had Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. They started to be known as the Jews, as a mocking term. But those are the true biblical Israelites. The people who call themselves Jewish ultimately are a group of Edomites who put that name on themselves through what is called a Balfour Declaration and ultimately left-hand means. Those aren't the true children of the Most High. Jewish. Ish means pertaining to. Counterfeit. See, it's Ish. The Jew and then Ish. I'm sorry. I'm going hard. But we do not stand with Hamas.
Right.
No, for real. So that's the difference between Judah. Either is Judah, one tribe, the fourth son of Jacob, which is the tribe the Messiah came off, or the Jews, which were Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. They were called that within the Babylonian captivity. They were known as the Jews. It was a mocking term. And on down the line, Even in the Roman Empire, the Greek Empire, what were they known as? The Jews. But it was describing Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. But the Ish people, the ones who are ultimately in that land saying that they're there by divine, the Lord placed them there, that's not true.
False.
Okay, because when the true Israelites return to that land, it's not going to just be the Jews. It's going to be all 12 tribes, and it's going to be through a miraculous means. It's not going to be through a Balfour Declaration, which ultimately the British set that up. Okay, the state of Israel is nothing but an spin of colonialism. It's nothing but the British wanted to make a state for their people in that land. And ultimately the Rothschilds own it. That's why you have the Balfour Declaration in 1948, which they had been moving to that land since 1917. But in 1948, they declared Israel the state of Israel. Now, where in the Bible is it described that there's going to be a state of Israel? No, the next time that the true Israelites get to that land, is going to establish what is called the throne of David, the tabernacle of David, which is a righteous government. Right. They're not going to go over there and get that land by secular means. Right now, they have a parliament. They have a prime minister. They're monetary. There's not anything biblical going on over there.
In Jeremiah 16th chapter,
right,
when it talks about us being delivered out of the North Country and taken back to our land, it's supposed to outdo what happened with the deliverance from Egypt.
Right.
The Balfour, during that time in 1940, that didn't outdo what happened with Moses.
And it was a war that night.
Yeah.
The night you declared the state of Israel, Egypt bombed it.
Ain't gonna be no signing papers and catching flights. Like, nah, man.
So when the true Jews return to that land, it's gonna be all 12 tribes.
Yep.
Okay? And it's not gonna be no Muslim Islamic temple there. You're not gonna see Pink City. You're not gonna have any war.
Edomites converted to Judaism, and that's what Jewish came about way after Jews. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hey, a whole lot of stuff happened before that Ish was added to it.
Right.
That's
a suffix.
Right. So yeah, that's the difference. You have Judah, which the Hebrew way of saying it is Yahweh, which proves the name of the Most High. Yahweh, which is Da is short of praise, short for praise Yahweh. So his name is in the name of Judah, which ultimately that's the lineage that our Messiah came from through Judah's son, Perez. Okay? So it's very important that we know this history. Because all of these things that are going on to the news and trying to push, it don't move us, nigga, you lying.
Right.
Go ahead.
This is Esther chapter 3 and verse 8. It says, and Haman said unto King Ahasuerus, there is a certain people scattered abroad and dispersed among the people in all the provinces of thy kingdom.
Right.
And their laws are diverse from all people, neither keep they the king's laws.
Right.
Therefore it is not for the king's profit to suffer them.
Right.
If it please the king, let it be written that they may be destroyed. And I will pay 10,000 talents of silver.
Right. This was what Haman wanted to do at the time of Esther. He was like, did it get to the part where he got mad when he didn't bow? Oh, no. He was wroth. Haman was wroth. Somebody just
at the top.
Yep.
Right, so I can read it. This is Esther chapter 3 and verse. I'm gonna start at verse 3.
And see, Haman is an Edomite. See, when you get down to the nitty gritty, the people who are in that land right now, talking about they're the chosen people, they're really Edomites, which Esau was Jacob's brother, and he's mad because of that blessing. So ultimately what they're doing by getting that land is ultimately they're trying to get their blessing back as the chosen, seed. But they were blessed. All nations were blessed. The Lord did give them a blessing, but it's not the blessing of the chosen. They were blessed to have the fatness. America, this whole thing, the NATO, the EU, this is their blessing, their technology. The reason they're on top is because ultimately it was prophesied. But there's another side to their story.
Their blessing is temporary.
It's temporary. Go ahead.
Esther 3 and 1. After these things did King Ahasuerus promote Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agagite, and advanced him and set his seat above all the princes that were with him. And all the king's servants that were in the king's gate bowed and reverenced Haman.
Right, they bowed and reverenced Haman. That's what this world is doing. They're bowing and reverencing Haman now. Here it is. Nobody gives a damn about the Bible, right? People don't care about the Bible, right?
No.
But then when something goes wrong with the people who call themselves the Ish, everybody all of a sudden, those are God's people. Anti-Semitic. Well, wait a minute. You don't care about the Bible. You don't even believe in the Bible.
And based on what? How do you know that? You're just going by just repeating shit that you just heard.
Yeah, Vlad TV. This dude, he's a small hat, right? But he's an atheist.
Right, yeah, that don't
The
make
Jews are people that stem from what the Lord created according to the Bible. You boast in being a Jew, but at the same time, you don't acknowledge the Bible. This is the hypocrisy we're living amongst. Yeah, none of it. You're anti-Shem, but you know the God of Shem is blasphemed every day. Nobody give a damn. No righteousness. They don't give a damn about the Lord. But when it comes, see, that's how you know it's really about white supremacy, Edomite supremacy. That's what this is really about. And that's what the state of Israel, it was founded upon the principles of Edomite supremacy by the British. The British had to establish that, not Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Okay, go ahead.
Esther 3:2, and all the king's servants that were in the king's gate bowed and reverenced Haman, for the king had so commanded concerning him. But Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence.
Right, Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence, man. And that's the mindset we got. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
It says, verse 3, then the king's servants, which were in the king's gate, said unto Mordecai, why transgressest thou the king's commandment?
Why are you transgressing? That's how the coons are going to talk to us. That's how people are going to look at us. Why you ain't bowing? Why you speaking against the jab? Why you doing this, bro? You tripping. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 4, now it came to pass, when they spake daily unto him, and he hearkened not unto them, that they told Haman, to see whether Mordecai's matters would stand, for he had told them that he was a Jew.
Oh, once he found out that this was the Jew, Haman, now Haman is an Amalekite. That goes back to the war between the king Agag, the Edomite, the Amalekite, and Saul, in which the Lord commanded Saul to put all of them to death, and he didn't do it. Right. So the Lord raised up Samuel. Samuel did it, right? Yep. Samuel ultimately was in the spirit and hewed him to pieces.
And just cut him up.
So this is one of the descendants of the Amalekites. Yep. He know the history. He know this is those damn Jews. Yeah. Okay.
They killed my father.
They killed my forefather. I remember them. You know. So he in the position like, hey, get this nigga. That's how the elites are looking at you, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, raising up all around the earth. That's right. They know who you are. Yep. So what are they saying? Okay. We got them in a position where we can poison them, destroy them. Yep. Now they seeing your ass not bowing to them? Because Isaiah 10 too. Isaiah 10 and 20. Oh, you was gonna get it?
I can get it.
Yeah, you'll get that.
This is Isaiah.
No.
Oh, finish back on this. All right, this is back in Esther chapter 3 and verse 5. And when Haman saw that Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence, then was Haman full of wrath.
Full of wrath. He was mad. He was mad.
He was H-A-W-T.
It went back to the womb between Jacob and Esau.
Yeah. He had vengeance in his heart.
He had vengeance because he was like, you dirty nigga. Yep. How you not gonna bow to me? Right. I'm Haman.
Right.
Right. So read Isaiah 10 and 20.
This is Isaiah 10 and 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them.
So we're no longer going to stay upon him that smote us. This devil. Okay? And he is the devil, man. Point blank period, man. And all devil means is deceiver. Has he not lied? The scriptures call him the children of Satan. He came to do the bidding of Satan. Anyone who would pollute the air, the water, the food, molest children, that's the devil.
The father of lies, that's the devil.
And yeah, you got black devils too. Don't get it twisted.
Oh yeah.
Jake, our people are a bunch of devils. You got a bunch of our people who are devils, but who is the devil?
Right.
Like Okay, like we always say, niggas stand on street corners and sell drugs. He got CVS right there.
That's right.
That ain't nothing but a trap house.
Yeah.
Right. That's all it is.
That's the real trap house.
Countries out there in South Central America.
And psych meds are responsible for millions of deaths annually, and not once has that been declared a pandemic.
Right.
I was saying, even with the food is drugs. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And not only do they got the pharmacy and CVS, the lotion, the deodorant, the soda pop, and all of everything in there is dope. Everything in there is dope.
That's why you have the Food and Drug Administration, because food is drugs and drugs is food. If you're a drug addict and you have drugs, you don't need food.
Right.
And vice versa.
That's why we need destruction. It's too far
Yeah.
gone. They'll put some ingredient. They'll say organic, but what is organic to the devil?
And why you gotta put organic
put
on
on
it?
there,
Everything's supposed to be organic.
Right.
Yeah, this 100% beef and all that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Line, nigga.
But I'm gonna read this again. Isaiah 10 and 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, in truth.
Right. So we're no longer going to trust the devil. And when he sees you don't trust him and you no longer believe in him and you looking at him with a side eye,
He get mad.
he get mad.
Yep.
He got a God complex. He wants you to worship him. He's used to you bowing to him. That's why when he had us in hardcore slavery, he went so hard because he got a hard on of seeing buck breaking us. He would rape men in front of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In front of their wife, rape your wife in front of you. A man who had a mindset of rebellion, he'd get him in front of all of the community and have the children, all right, the daughters, the wives, big mama, watching him get popped by a bunch of Edomites. They just run a train on him in front of everybody and just walk off.
And with the insult, that's where the term motherfucker come from.
Right. They make the mother and the son have sex. So
Yeah, bro.
after that, you walk back into the congregation.
Man.
Retarded, man.
Your whole,
What can you do?
Man.
You completely broken, man.
Die at that point.
Man.
So they always like to try to break our people, man. Just when we was going back to the Kyrie Irving situations, they like to try to publicly humiliate you and just break you. If you're a strong man coming in confidence, they don't like to see that, man.
Nope.
These devils don't like to see that, man.
Right. They don't like the Mordecai spirits.
Yeah.
You know? They want you to be acting like TD Jakes and
Yeah.
yeah. Right.
That's why they hated, remember the boxer Jack Johnson? They really hated him too. Because he, you know,
Yeah, gold teeth,
white women
white women.
running around speeding, you know, back then.
Yep. It was chilling. But they needed him.
Yeah.
It's like because they need our energy to make this thing flow, but at the same time they hate us.
Right.
We got to get away from this man. We ain't made to mix and mingle amongst Edomites like that.
Right.
You got to be order set.
What they say, toxic relationship.
Right. It's toxic because you got to think when you look at niggas the coons who get amongst Esau, like they start laughing louder.
Yeah.
They put on that stupid, ugly Christmas sweater. The black woman, hi, how you doing? They get all extra
really
nice.
makes me sick.
It's a very uncomfortable relationship.
That's right.
It goes back to the womb.
Yep.
But Jake don't know how to handle it. See, we know how to handle it. But Jake totally bows to this man.
They do.
They feel like subconsciously they have to, and it's so you can see the struggle.
He don't be worried about you at all.
It don't even be funny. But
You don't put on the show. You don't
and
put on the
Esau
show.
forces you to laugh at his jokes. He start touching you.
Nudging you like, oh,
No, it's not.
I didn't find it funny, bro.
So what's going to happen? The Lord's going to break the staff of this place and force his people to lean upon him.
It's going to force it.
He's going to force you.
Yep. Go ahead.
Sirach 12 and 10.
People talk about the Bible as a weak book.
Nah,
man.
man.
You got to understand when the slave master had the Bible, he took out 70% of it.
Right.
Look up what's called the slave Bible. They took out Mordecai. They took out Moses. Daniel. Stories that would lead you to rebel. And they fed you particular scriptures that they can manipulate. That's why we call all of these churches the result of plantation Christianity. They're teaching that plantation Christianity slave Bible nonsense. We're going into the volume of the book.
Right.
They're taken away. All right, brother.
You're supposed to just
May
love
the
your
Lord be with
enemy,
you.
no matter how harsh he treats you. You're supposed to keep loving him. and shit.
Right. Love would hate you.
Yo.
Sirach 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusted, so is his wickedness.
Right. Never trust your enemy. This is what the Bible told us. Never trust your enemy. Like as iron rusted, look at these niggas. So is his wickedness. Go ahead.
It says, verse 11, though he humble himself,
right,
and go crouching.
Like Biden. You really think Joe Biden gives a damn when he gets on those the podium? And every president, they get on those podiums and they start talking. They're doing the bidding of the elite. They are paid actors, man. Don't trust that nigga, man.
And if they get out of pocket, they out of there too. You know what I'm saying? They get got all the time too. Every time you look up, somebody come up missing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And look at all of Jake who's historically made it, so-called. They all lost. Richard Pryor, Marvin Gaye, all of them niggas lost.
Man, hard.
R.
Red
Kelly,
Fox died.
Red Fox, all of them lost. Now it's Floyd Mayweather's turn.
Oh yeah.
It ain't gonna go good for that guy.
No.
As much as we love him as a boxer,
he don't box no more.
He still box. You know, exhibition, which people be like, he should stop. No, I would do the same thing. If I can get $1 million some dollars just playing around and toying with an Ammonite, I'm gonna go to Japan and make me $4-5 million. Why not?
Basically.
Right. We live in a world where you need money, but how he's acting about those small hats, sending them aid and money, it ain't gonna go well for you. Because really, you should have sent the prophets money.
Yup, right.
Wow. He know it.
Go ahead.
He know about Israel.
Oh yeah.
It says, though he humble himself, Sirach 12 and 11, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him.
Right.
And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass.
Right. You gotta constantly be looking at this devil, man. What are you doing? That's why we do the videos. Okay? That's why we go into the news, the prophecy. That's why we always look at this nigga. Watch it.
Standing on our watch.
Right.
It says, and thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away.
Right.
Hey,
That's
because,
it.
go.
Now I was gonna mention because I had me thinking about all these cats linking up with vocab, like he's the devil. And sitting down with him thinking it's cool, man. That's gonna backfire. He's gonna throw all you niggas under the bus, all y'all terrorists. All right, y'all sitting there smiling with him, man. That is the damn devil, and y'all and them horns gonna show, man.
That's Haman.
Yeah, ain't nothing good gonna come from that.
It's like of all things you can be mad about right now. I get it. You may have been a part of a camp before and you mad. Okay, put it in the Lord's hands. At this point, we're at the end. You gonna go vent to the devil? Set up your own goddamn page. You don't be knowing where these dudes come from, but they find their way to Vocab Malone's page to come up against the truth. Like what type of that is a weak. That is the worst thing you can do is sell out, man.
That's weak.
Somebody get Psalms 15.
Yeah, I would say if you're gonna sell out for something,
get that Psalm 15.
if you're gonna sell out for anything, you need to sell out for the Lord, man. The Lord is the only one that's promising you eternal life. You know what I'm saying? And deliverance.
Right.
Everybody else, every other thing that's been promised to you is gonna get you smoked.
Right. Huh? Yep. Psalms 15 and start at 1.
Yo, I got you. Psalms 15 and 1. It says, a Psalm of David, Lord, who shall abide in thy tabernacle?
Who's going to abide in the tabernacle? Which the tabernacle of God is going to be with men, pursuant to Revelation, the 21st chapter. That's the spiritual temple that's being prepared. The elect of the nation of Israel, the governing body, man. Who's going to abide in that? Not a bunch of weak, effeminate, turncoats, man. Niggas going to Vocab Malone. Now, okay, the dudes who debate him in the scriptures, we like that stupid, but at least you going against the nigga.
Right.
But to go on his platform and see, and they did this, and they did that, they mean. I was in even what that nigga say on what's that OG Bobby Johnson?
Oh, they got your boy.
He got your boy still a car stereo. Money, Ray. They're going to Vocab Malone, Ray.
Oh boy.
Nigga, you a sellout, man.
Yo, he acting like an informant or something for Vocab. It's some weird ass
what are you doing? To come against the very thing you were preaching and talking, and now all of a sudden you gonna go to Vocab to No, that is the worst thing a nigga can do. All of that barking. And it's not just Jephthah or Yessa, Bishop Yessa. You got another dude, people who left comfy. Now here it is, your ass followed a man who said that he was the God-sent comforter. You followed that nigga for years, then he died and it don't work out. Now you go to vocab Malone. Nigga, you need to be repentant.
Man.
Shut your ass, you ain't got nothing to say. Go do the work. You followed a nigga with a wave cap, pop locking in the club, all type of shit, calling himself the God-sent comforter, with his face on the side of a bus. Nigga die of COVID. Now all of a sudden, the followers are taking turns going on vocab Malone. No, nigga, you need to be the last nigga talking.
Man, I'm saying you don't get to say nothing.
If anything, you should be on video just prophesying. Hoping you get forgiven, man. Go ahead, start over.
Psalms 15:1, it says, Lord, who shall abide in thy tabernacle? Who shall dwell in thy holy hill?
Woo! Who's gonna dwell in that holy hill, man? Go ahead.
He that walketh uprightly.
He that walketh uprightly. See that? Go ahead.
And worketh righteousness.
And work righteousness. Go ahead.
And speaketh the truth in his heart.
And speaketh the truth. Standing for the truth. Nigga go to vocab Malone to say John the Baptist wasn't Elijah. What are you doing? You could have said that on your own platform.
You could have said it years ago.
I'm telling you.
Right, you could have said that years ago. Bro, we were thirsty when we came into this truth.
Like he just had an epiphany now. Yeah.
Bro, I happened to be a part of that first batch, 2007. What year you came in?
2008.
What year you came in? Same, around the same. What year you came in?
2010, yeah.
What year you came in? 16. Right, so you gotta think, we were thirsty. Every brother who woke up, we needed teachers. We needed living waters, and you were nowhere to be found. Now you hop your ass out the tree. Nah, it don't work like that, bro. No.
Somebody pulled it on. Let no man despise thy youth.
Yep. And where was we at?
Psalms 15.
Yeah. Finish that, and then we'll get that. Go ahead.
It says Psalms 15:3. He that backbiteth not with his tongue.
He that, see, you not gonna dwell in a holy hill, backbiting with your tongue. All of a sudden, because your little thing didn't work out, now all of a sudden I'm gonna help the white man destroy Israel, destroy the Great Awakening. They was wicked. Our elders told us they was wicked too. Wickedness was going on. At what point in Israel was not wickedness going on and the Lord separated the righteous from the wickedness? Tell me at what point in Israel, that ain't nothing new.
You always go into it. It was always a remnant. In every captivity, in every generation, it was a remnant. You see? Yep. You got guys that been gone longer than we've been here.
Yeah.
But guess what happened while you was asleep? The Lord woke up another crop.
Right.
You know?
Right.
That's just what happened. Yeah. It's 1 Corinthians 16 and 11.
First Timothy, I think. Timothy 4 and 4. I got the 12 or something like that.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Timothy.
God, this is 1 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 12. Let no man despise thy youth.
That's what I'm saying, man. So that's why we not swayed by these guys popping up out of the woodwork. You know what I'm saying? We were already told through the Spirit that this was gonna happen at a certain point in time, and we seeing it. You see? So a dude that want to, well, I go back to this and I go back to that. Okay, well, you went back to the couch too. You see?
True.
So now you can't tell. That's what I'm saying. Our apostles and elders, they say give double honor to those that labored. You see? So it's too many precepts, and we've been given the understanding of these precepts. Like I said earlier, these precepts mean everything to us. Yeah. You put the precepts behind you so you can go do whatever it was that you was doing, and now all of a sudden our understanding is jacked up. No, that's not it. You see? Keep reading.
Let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example of the believers in word, in conversation, in charity, in spirit, in faith, in purity.
That's what I'm saying, man. So you made a vow to feed Yahweh Shai's sheep, right? Then you broke that vow. You see? And that's what I'm saying. How you gonna leave somebody for dead and then get mad because they didn't die? That's what you niggas is doing.
Pretty much.
You know?
Damn. That's exactly.
That's what you're doing. You turned your back on the plow. All the things that the Lord said don't do, you did it. Now you want to show up with an attitude. Go ahead, bro.
Con. Something else. This is back in Psalms 15 and 3. I'll read that again. It says, he that backbiteth not with his tongue, nor doeth evil to his neighbor, nor taketh up a reproach against his neighbor, in whose eyes a vile person is contemned.
See, a vile person is supposed to be contemned in your eyes. You gonna go sit on this couch and cry? I would respect you more if you set up your own channel and did it. Yep. You gonna go to Vocab Malone?
Right to the
So you guys are complete sellouts, man.
The turncoat, man.
There you go.
Yep. Traitors.
And the scriptures warned us about you, your kind.
That's the worst type to go completely to the other side too.
Yeah.
You can't respect. We'd just have more respect. You'd have just went your own way and just set up your own flag and just preach whatever you preach, man.
And that's the
But
thing.
to go to the fucking enemy, man.
Bro, after they go on vocab, you don't see them no more. They go to vocab, they talk that mess, and then they gone again.
Or they go to Sonetter.
You know what I'm saying?
And we know you don't agree with everything no damn vocab Malone spew out of his mouth, man.
Yep, keep going. It's just a little bit more. Than
Psalms 15 and 4. In whose eyes a vile person is contemned, but he honoreth them that fear the Lord.
Woo! Not come up against him trying to destroy him. Go ahead.
He that swerved to his own hurt and changed not.
That changed not.
Man.
See, that's who's going to dwell in the holy hill of Yahweh Shem Shai. Go ahead.
He that putteth not out his money to usury.
Right. He that don't take a bribe.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Nor taketh reward against the innocent.
Right, and that's what a lot of these guys are doing. They're taking reward against the innocent.
Yep.
So you not go dwell in the holy hill. When you come back in the kingdom, you're just going to be another Israelite, which that's going to be a blessing, but you're not going to sit at that seat of authority.
This is Ezekiel chapter 34 and 1. And the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy against the shepherds of Israel. Prophesy and say unto them, Thus said the Lord Yahweh unto the shepherds, Woe be to the shepherds of Israel that do feed themselves. Woo. Should not the shepherds feed the flocks? And going into what the elders were speaking about, man. You got guys that's been doing disappearing acts and coming back. They were feeding themselves, doing whatever they wanted to do, but they should have been feeding the flock, man. The Lord sees that, right? As we're going to go into the chapter, the Lord is going to bring judgment upon them, man. It says, Ye eat the fat, and ye clothe you with wool. Ye kill them that are fed, but ye feed not the flock.
But see that? That's what's going on now. You know? That's what's going on now. They not feeding the flock on purpose.
Starving them out. Just starving
But you know what that that part about eating the fat. Jake, you know the meat closest to the fat, the Lord required that as a sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? It helps, first of all, it helps the fragrance go up, it helps it burn. But Jake wanted that, that part that's closest to the fat. These niggas eating the fat. They're eating the fat and just living on a high horse. They're not, basically, their sacrifice, they're like, nah. They're not sacrificing. They're not making their bodies a living sacrifice, man. They're, what the Lord requires, they're not willing to give it up for their own pleasure, man. And that's
doing
what
all this with their fringes on.
Yeah, oh yeah, all of them got on fringes.
It says, The disease have ye not strengthened, neither have ye healed that which was sick.
Boom, the disease have you not strengthened. Here it is, we were diseased.
What? Whole head is sick.
We were done. We saw the apostles on YouTube. All right, and again, you had the apostles out there, Bishop Nathaniel, when he was a little bit still in his right mind before he went completely left. You had Elder Rakav, GOCC, before he went left. He went completely left. Changed the chart, changed the name. All right, you had Zabak. We always say he was out there. We can't say that Priest Zabak wasn't. He was at least a figure, a face, somebody that we can look to. Yep. General Yohana was like the uncle who you always wanted to see, but he never came around. Right. So this is before we knew the difference between camps. Mm-hmm. All right, but who was it out of all of those groups? And you had HODC 12, they were there a little bit like that. You had men who were visual for us to have some form of stability to come into the truth. Who was the main ones pushing the word?
I remember when Apostle Elder Tahar through the Spirit was like, it should be camps everywhere.
He cursed us out.
He cursed us out. You know what I'm saying? And next day, you know, camps start popping up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No other teacher said y'all got to go out there too.
No.
First of all, Bishop Nathaniel was charging for the breakdowns. He would give you 10 minutes of a lesson, and then I was there. And then he would cut it off and say, you got to hit up this website to get the rest. So people will come onto the comment boards and ask questions. You know, I don't got no money, yada, yada, yada. Which I will say this. I hit up their website once back then when I didn't, you know, when I was listening to Nate. And directly, he was like, well, I was like, I don't got no money. Can you send me the DVD? And he did send it to me. But they were charging for the word. They were charging for the breakdown. The apostles came on it. Once they came into that thing, it was living waters. And once we learned enough, they said, you got to do it too.
That's right.
And once the brothers start going out these camps, that's where all of the camps start being raised up throughout the four corners of the earth. Because you got to think, street preaching was in New York, Philly. Wasn't nobody in Texas. You may have had a branch of Israelites here, but wasn't nobody out doing what we doing. But now look,
we thought we was gonna have to move to New York. Yeah, we was gonna try to move to New York because that wasn't the thing down here.
Right. So y'all left us for dead.
And
to be honest,
we didn't die.
And mad because we didn't die. Then you go pop up. They was going into the Kabbalah, nigga. Don't you think that would have been, you know, good to know in 2007?
That's what I'm saying, man. My goodness.
But we know ultimately, even in the Lord, they were probably reading all kind of stuff. The truth had to come from somewhere. It had its starting point. Even the baptism of John, it was. But look, it grew. It grew to what? Yahweh's baptism. That's right. Which is ultimately through the Spirit. So yeah, we understand back then things may have happened. Our apostles told us. But so did it happen in the temple. Did not the temple get corrupted and the Lord used John the Baptist to ultimately go into the wilderness to start a ministry? Well, the same thing happened here. But, read that again, the diseased, go ahead.
Ezekiel 34:4, the disease have ye not strengthened, neither have ye healed that which was sick.
There you go. Even with those books, our apostles and them went into those books early on to tell us, to be able to tell us, no.
No, that ain't it.
That ain't it.
Yep.
But we've never been taught out of no damn Kabbalah, man.
Unbelievable.
Kabbalah?
Point of the doctrine at any time, bro. That's what I'm saying. Y'all coming out of the woodwork to free Barabbas.
Right. Tripping.
Straight line, man.
Tripping. You left us for dead, man. Go ahead.
Neither have ye bound up that which was broken.
Woo.
Neither have ye brought again that which was driven away.
Right, we were driven away. So through the doctrine, through the word going out, the sheep have been brought back. Now all of a sudden you want to pop up and say, nah, it ain't. Nah, man, the Lord is already doing what he's doing.
Right.
The new song is being sung, man.
We at the end, man.
We at the end. Yeah. Now we got to learn a new name. We got to come up under a new leader who we don't know who he is, what he been into. Now he tell us we gonna go to hell. Nah. Christ, nah, bro. You know what?
Yeah. We don't know who the tribes are now.
Yeah.
You gonna get who you gonna get with that, but no. The scriptures say, the very elect not gonna fall for those things, man. And that's what we striving to be. You know what I'm saying? You ain't coming with nothing strong enough to deter our faith at this point. You know what I'm saying? You coming back mangling the scriptures.
Right.
You know?
And then the white man ain't the devil no more. Go ahead.
It says, neither have ye sought that which was lost, but with force and with cruelty have ye ruled them, and they were scattered because there is no shepherd, and they became meat to all the beasts of the field when they were scattered.
Man, I'm talking about just out there bad. No covering, no protection.
Because
of what you got going. Because of what you got going. You told the Lord, yeah, I'll feed your sheep. But then soon, like the hireling. Oh, no, I ain't signed up for all that. No, that's what I'm saying. They scattering all over the place. Now they be hungry all the time. I got to do this, I got to do that. Yeah, you got to do this and you got to do that.
Right, the shepherd, let's say your sheep is on the other side of the freeway and it's just a bunch of traffic, bunch of freeway traffic. The shepherd will find a way, you know, to time it, to get over there and get it, put it on his shoulder and run back across. A hireling is like, you know what? Just give me my money for what I did thus far. I'm not going over there.
Yeah.
That's what you guys have done.
That's right.
The good shepherd going and get at the sheep. You know?
It says, it says, my sheep wander through all the mountains, and upon every hill, and upon every high hill, yea, my flock was scattered upon all the face of the earth, and none did search or seek after them. Verse 7, therefore ye shepherds hear the word of the Lord. So this is the Lord going into the judgment upon these different shepherds that have done that. It says, as I live, said the Lord power, surely because my flock became a prey, and my flock became meat to every beast of the field, because there was no shepherd, neither did my shepherds search for my flock, but the shepherds fed themselves and fed not my flock.
They fed themselves. They fed their egos. They got rich on a high horse. You know? Which if somebody is giving money to the ministry, there's nothing wrong with that. But these dudes got their cash apps everywhere. They getting paid. And they're making merchandise of the ministry. Sitting on to where they're like, they make guest appearances.
Yeah.
They don't go out on the highways anymore. And they get paid to go to these different churches. Bro, the Lord spoke against that. He said, ultimately, we are here to serve, man.
Buy the truth, sell it not.
Right, buy the truth and sell it not. The mentality of any leader should be servitude.
Right.
If you when you come into the truth, you got to learn how to serve before you get the kingdom. Even the leaders got to be on the front line along with the rest of the sheep.
That's right.
He ain't just I'll go out next week. Or I go out and come, I'll just go out once a week. My knee, I'm getting old. Nah.
Yeah, I was saying when you think about all the great military men, they fought with their soldiers. That's why their soldiers had so much respect for them.
Right.
Because they wasn't asking the soldiers to do nothing that they wouldn't do.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And then you got these guys that's making merchandise about, bro, Yahushua got so mad when they was making merchandise. Bro, they was selling animals to sacrifice at the Passover.
Right.
He got so mad. He just started whooping dudes.
Whooping their ass.
You know what I'm saying? Now you think about it. Let that sink in. Do you not think that they wanted their lick back for him messing their money up? It's the same thing today.
Yep.
You see?
We're boring. we're messing up the party. You know what I'm saying? That's how they looking at us.
He finna mess up your money now.
Our apostles and elders have been visual the whole time.
Right.
They've been right there with us the whole time. Even came to visit us and all of that.
That's right.
Been straight up there with us.
Mm-hmm. The whole time.
Right. Guiding us. We needed leadership, man.
Right. Yeah, they done had to protect the flock plenty of times. You know what I'm saying? The apostles and elders through the Spirit, they that shepherd that'll go across the highway to come get your ass.
Right.
When everybody else just left the sheep over there.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yep.
Hey, that's what Paul mentioned, man. He said, I didn't stop for 3 years to warn you, of these different men.
Wolves,
yeah, these grievous wolves, right? So that's the mentality our apostles have been in, man. They've been laboring and fighting and laying down their life, man. All these other guys, man, the Lord ain't having respect unto them, regardless of how far you go back, man.
Yeah.
You took your hand off the plow, man. That's what it is. The Lord ain't a respecter of persons, man.
And the times when they was offended, they just kept teaching, man. That's what we got to do. There's a whole lot of things that offend us, but at the end of the day, we was put here to preach. You know what I'm saying? And Lord willing, we endure to the end.
Woe is me if I preach nothing else.
You know?
I got just a few verses. This is Psalms 92:12. It says, the righteous shall flourish like the palm tree. He shall grow like a cedar in Lebanon. Those that be planted in the house of the Lord shall flourish in the course of our power. Here's the point. They shall bring forth fruit in old age.
Man.
They shall be fat and flourishing. So you still have to be fruitful in old age, man. You know?
Right. And I remember Alazar, he said the Apostle Tahar, he needs to retire. Well, the priests at that age, they retired from sacrificial duties, but they still acted as aides, advice, okay, and teachers to the younger priests coming in. Okay? And that's a great example. We have great examples. We have great leadership. They never linked us to own. They never took any bribes. We're in no shape, form, or fashion under any 501c3. We're known, but we're unknown. So we're in a great position, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, where a lot of you are out there bad. But either way, we're all, as Israelites, getting ready to have to go through the straight gate. And the elect are going to survive. If you're not rooted, which a lot of your leaders ain't preparing you to be rooted, okay, they haven't given you a stance against the jab. So a lot of you are getting ready to be left out there as sheep where the wolves are just roaming.
Man. The wolves hungry.
And the shepherd, that's why it says, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, thy rod and thy staff, it comforts the rod and the staff. Basically, the shepherd would have the rod and the staff, and if a wild beast came up trying to, the sheep, he put his life on the line, and he would beat it off. And that's the truth. Right. That's the truth. That's how the whole armor of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. We know how to maneuver and operate through leadership, through men who have instilled a mindset in us, which acts as a light as we go through this darkness. Without that light,
that's what I said. You're gonna be dinner.
Right. Dinner for a sinner. Go ahead.
This is 1 John 2:19. It says, they went out from us, but they were not of us. For if they had been of us, they would no doubt have continued with us. But they went out and they made Salakia. But they went out that they might be made manifest that they were not all of us. And that's talking about these pop-up guys, man. You know,
got kicked out.
Guys that got kicked out, whatever the case may be. Those that weren't set up to complete their course, to endure to the end, man. To stand stiffly for Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. They were with us for a time or whatever, but they weren't of us. They weren't of the elect of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. You know?
The Bible say they hanging stubble.
Yep, the parable of the sower goes into those all those different situations where a guy comes in and for whatever reason he's gone. You know? The Lord said that out of his own mouth.
Yep. Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. Then shall the righteous stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors.
Somebody's gonna do that. Somebody's gonna stand in great boldness. You know what I'm saying? The Lord set it up that way. You know?
Yep. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for.
That's what I'm saying, man. When you read Ezekiel 37, it goes from dry bones to the kingdom. But it ain't no overnight process. You know what I'm saying? It talks about how those people were gonna be in fear when they see us raise up. Just like right here. You know what I'm saying? Read that again, Baba Kasha.
Right. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for.
Man, that's what I'm saying. The righteous man standing in great boldness is gonna bring on the rest of the prophecies.
Right.
You see, they seeing prophecy being fulfilled. That's what's shaking them up.
Right.
You know, we did everything in our power. We spent all this money. We did all this lying. We did all this killing, all this rape, robbery, and murder, and nothing worked. You know what I'm saying? That's just you done set us on fire. You emptied the clip in our back and all that shit. And then when you jump in the car to get ready to burn off, we in the passenger seat.
That's Jacob.
You
Hand on the hill.
You know what I'm saying? You can't get away.
And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we have had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor.
You know what I'm saying? You about to look foolish. You see? We thought we had it. We thought they was tripping. You know, they was tripping. Now you seeing that wasn't the case.
Right.
You seeing that the Lord set up men that wasn't gonna bow the knee. You know?
Yep. How is he numbered among the children of the Most High and his lot among the saints?
You know what I'm saying? And think about that. How is he amongst? We seen him do this, we seen him do that. We tried this, we tried that.
Yep.
You know?
Even the scoffers, they're gonna be like, damn.
You know?
Because they got it, the Lord got a spirit on them to where they like, I hate these niggas. I'm gonna destroy, like they ain't going all out to destroy what's being built. So once it dawns on them like, damn, they were right. This is gonna be their mindset.
Right.
How is he numbered among the children of the Most High and his lot among the saints? Therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness have not shined upon us. That's why you're not preaching. See, the Lord is going to bring the end into existence through a spoken word by particular vessels of the Lord who have what did we say earlier? A sanctified counsel?
Yeah, counsel.
You know what I'm saying? That's how the end going to be spoken into existence. So here it is, you ain't spoke nothing. Then you want to pop up and try to take credit for the labor? Nah, man, get out of here. It don't work like that, bro. And and we don't mean it by no disrespect. We understand that that's an elder and these are older men, but the bottom line is, and the scriptures talks about old fools, y'all going off.
All right. And where the hell were you, man?
Right.
Wrong is wrong. Right is right.
Sirach. And Sirach says, wax old in thy work.
Right.
You know?
Because, certain of those men, like the one elder Kazak, he goes back.
Yeah, he do.
So there were things that he did bring to the table that we're benefiting from today. So the water Yahweh Bashim Shai. But the bottom line is you fall under a particular category, you fell on thorns.
Yep. Right.
You didn't continue in this thing. After year 2000, which they try to pin on Apostle Tahar, the whole school was teaching that. Okay? So after that, a lot of people left. Imagine back then, you know what I'm saying, the 90s was fun. So I could see, you know what I'm saying? The church was like, fuck it, I'm just going. But the apostles were the group, through that, all of that confusion, that kept going out. And they went out from 2000 to around 2007 with no fruit until we started looking and found them through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai. And once we saw it, and all of these men that were preaching the word, 2007 was the Great Awakening.
I got that word for sanctified, right? Jeremiah 1.
Right.
It's a kodash, right? To consecrate, sanctify, prepare, dedicate, be hallowed, be holy, be sanctified, be separate.
Right.
You see? So when dudes say they separated, okay, did you keep teaching once you separated from what offended you?
Right. They're dedicated. Got to be dedicated.
You think our apostles and elders and bishops wasn't offended?
Right.
And what happened back then?
Right, and that fulfilled prophecy too, because it said the days are going to come where you're going to seek the Son of Man to be here, and he ain't going to come.
Yep.
Don't you know after Yahweh Shai went back to the right-hand side, a lot of people left the faith because they thought Rome was going to be taken down right there. They thought that was the end.
Yep.
The same thing happened in the year 2000.
Same thing.
But guess what? There was more work to be done. Because if the Lord came back in 2000,
right,
I would have had the Choco Taco. Remember them?
Man.
Tripping.
Man, I was still smoking weed.
Eat Taco Bell.
Man, eating Taco Bell.
Swine. Like, I was out of there, man. Just got to college.
Yep.
So this much pussy exists?
Yeah. Me too.
You know what I'm saying? I want to think about the Lord. I'm like, damn, you get free? Oh shit! Oh man! You raining pussy. Yeah. Wow. My mind wasn't on the Lord.
Oh man. I got another one. This is 1 Timothy 5:17. It says, "Let the elders that rule well be accounted worthy of double honor."
Right. Imagine going out 7 years straight. People ridiculing y'all talk about the 2000 nigga, fuck y'all, you stupid nigga, with y'all. 7 years straight, nobody waking up, just doing the work, going out.
Yep.
The apostle Tahar telling them, look, man, the Lord gonna bless us, man. We gonna keep doing this. The other bishops, they, all right, come on. Apostle Tahar continues, man, the Lord gonna bless us, man. Let's keep going out there, man. Let's keep. Then the Lord put the spirit on the apostle Tahar to say, let's put these videos, because they were just recording.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They would just have the tapes. He said, let's put them on the internet. And then the Lord had us, all right, my ass with my ex. Then the apostles came on, let's watch this. She went crazy, no? Boom. A week later, I just found myself addicted to it.
Yep.
Addicted to it. We never looked back.
That's what I'm saying. The flock was fed.
Yep.
You know? The flock was fed.
Right. We were what? We were watered. We were thirsty.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord said, I'm gonna get that in Isaiah 44.
They literally prophesied to the wind.
They were prophesying, bro, like just going out there. So you can say what you want.
Man.
7 years straight, you wouldn't have did it.
That's completion.
So the 90s, not Martin. Come on, bro. You early 2000s.
You was in the truth, in the camp, surrounded by brothers, and quit.
Right.
So let alone, of course you're gonna quit if ain't nobody looking.
Right.
But it is what it is.
No internet back then, like that, you know. Yep.
This is 1 Timothy 5:17. Let the elders that rule well be accounted worthy of double honor, especially they who labor in the word and in the doctrine.
And I was saying they didn't have to tell us to do that. You know what I'm saying? Running across the scriptures, running through the scriptures, we saw that precept,
right?
And was given the understanding. It was like, you know what? That's a commandment,
right? And you got to think, all of you people watching the videos, you benefit from that labor. Whether you like us or not. The fact that Israel is out there the way it is, the Lord used the apostles and elders because we were there. So we ain't just making it up. We're like the eyewitnesses, you know, so to speak. You know, because there's only a few men left from that 2007 to 2010 era. A lot of men fell off, got offended or whatever, man. A lot of men, you know, but there's still certain men who were key pillars that the Lord used to continue and help the apostles, man. And now look. And that ain't no light thing. Doing what we doing, bro. They've been doing this all of those years. It's still going. So we say, call hello, Yahweh Shemel Shai for our leadership, man. That's right. Okay? Get that in Isaiah, and then get John 10 or John 7:38. And we'll get a few more.
This is Isaiah 44:1. Yet now, hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen.
Right.
Thus said the Lord Yahweh, that made thee and formed thee from the womb.
Formed thee from the womb. You got to be an Israelite from the womb, which ultimately, going back to the spiritual realm, when we were chosen from the foundation, but you got to be born on the earth, all right, through the seed of a man to be an Israelite. All right, go ahead.
Which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou, Jeshurun, whom I have chosen.
Here it is. He's promised us he's going to help us. Knowing we was going to be in a dead state. Fear not. I got you. Go ahead.
It says, for I will pour water upon him that is thirsty.
I will pour water upon him that is thirsty. Were not we thirsty? Go ahead.
And floods upon the dry ground.
That's ultimately fulfilling what Ezekiel was commissioned to do. Okay, he's symbolic of the prophets going out, prophesying unto these dry bones. John 7:38.
Come on, I got it. This is St. John 7:38. He that believeth on me, as the scripture has said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water.
Out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water, man. In the men of the Lord. And you got other figures too who been out there. You know? Although we disagree with them on certain, you know, aspects of the doctrine, certain of these men we've constantly seen them. Yeah, the priest Sabak. You got to, you know, although we don't agree with everything the man teach, he out there, bro. You gotta get a man, you know.
So he never reached the point to where he was like, I don't gotta preach no more. I don't gotta go out on the highways and byways no more.
Right.
You know, like others.
Right, like others. He was at least, you know, I ain't never looked at his video and got a nice precept. You know, at least he gave us something.
Right. He continued in whatever, you know.
Right. But the Lord promised. Read that again.
John 7:38. It says, he that believeth on me, as the scripture have said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water.
So it will be constantly flowing, so that in the latter days the Lord said, I will pour my blessing upon thine offspring. Water is the doctrine. Okay? And that's what we needed to cleanse us, to nourish us as we were in this spiritual drought. I will send you pastors according to mine heart, which will feed you with knowledge and wisdom and understanding. Thine eyes shall see thy teachers, though you have the bread of adversity. So there are particular vessels chosen to do that on earth, man. And that's not no light thing. That's not something we take light. Even if we're separated from this body, I will forever thank Yahweh Shemel Shai for setting up the apostles and elders so that I can have a foundation to go into, man. Come into through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Even if they have an evil eye towards me one day, whatever the Lord do, I hope he don't, but I'm going to keep going, Lord willing. Because, you got to believe, like Mary J said, you got to believe in this thing.
right? And through the Spirit, you know what I'm saying, with us being born again, back in 07, 08, in the times that we came in, we've matured to the age to where we held accountable by the law.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We were babes that were brought up, you know what I'm saying, and tutored by our schoolmasters to the point to where we can get out there.
Right.
You know?
Right. You got certain men who they go through certain things where they don't see something they like in their leadership. That's gonna happen. You may get mad, you feel wrong. They say something that kind of, test your insides.
Right.
And they've never shook them back. They've been offended since, and that's the end of their story. They've just been mad. You've had niggas that's been mad since 2009.
Right.
Nigga, it's 2003. You still mad?
Man, that's crazy.
The dude who was interviewing the dude Kazak, the dude in the middle from Sakari, that nigga been mad since 2009, 10. It's like shit. He love us one year, he hate us now. He done just gonna. It's like, God, bro, how long you gonna be mad? The white man ain't the devil no more? Because I made you mad?
Right. It's still happening.
God damn, nigga, I'm sorry.
Man.
Shit.
Oh, Paul even said that. I got on you, not to make you feel sorry, but to make you repent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You get God. I was saying, bro, we don't all got God on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What child ain't never got no whooping? You know what I'm saying? The Lord chastised you because He chastised His sons, not bastards.
Right.
It's too many. That's what I'm saying. It's way too many precepts that y'all done either lost sight of or lost sight of some more. Like, come on now.
Right.
And we've been given the understanding of these precepts to where you can't shake our faith with your bullshit.
Right.
It is what it is, man. Like I said, we believe these precepts. We believe in the Lord. You see?
Yep. Just finish
So
that
we've
up.
been living lies. I mean, like believing in lies all our lives. So come on, man. Now the Bible being broken down the right way now is a problem.
Yep. Go ahead.
This is back in Isaiah 44 and 3. For I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground. I will pour my spirit upon thy seed, and my blessing upon thine offspring.
Right, the remnant of Israel receive a blessing through the Holy Spirit. You're partaking in that. And there's men set up on earth to forward that water to them that are thirsty. Go ahead.
And they shall spring up as among the grass, as willows by the water courses.
Popping up all over the place. Camps, Israelites. Go ahead.
One shall say, I am the Lord Yahweh's.
Right, that's the name they go turn back to. Go ahead.
And another shall call himself by the name of Jacob.
Right.
And another shall subscribe with his hand unto the Lord Yahweh, and surname himself by the name of Israel.
Boom. There you go. Enter into that agreement, like I'm going to be called by his name. All right. So this is happening through the Holy Spirit. They can't put their finger on. They're mad. They're trying to figure out why all these camps are raising up. We just read why. So through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, we hope y'all edify. We want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father.
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem HaKadosh.
Double honors to the apostles, the elders, the great millstone. Peace and salutations, as always, to the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
Christ.